Hi. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. My weave is all over the place tonight. And I look crazy. Oh, good. Hi, Sotel. Hi, baby. How are you? I hope all is well. When are you coming back to Chicago? Oh, shit. This shit. Man, this hair, it is so time to get my fucking hair done. I am running around here looking real motherfucking tacky right now. It does no, it looks horrible. And this isn't my hair. This is a weave. It's a sew in. Straight sew in. But it's time. It's time for same hair, but just a fresh sew in. You gotta find me and yeah. I want you to come here. Come here, little bro. But no, it's time for a new weave. But I had to put my frontal back down because that shit was looking. Ooh, ah. But I gotta wait. Hi, Sparkle. I need to get this cut out, wash it, wash my hair, and get it sewn back in. And that is a process. And this the same hair that I've had. This the same hair that I've had since January. I just take it out, I wash it, I wash all the tracks. It's a long, arduous journey in hairdom, weavedom, because what I do is I get it cut out. Shiki, the love of my life, the woman who does my hair, she comes, she cuts it out for me, and then I have a big pot and I put water in it and I get the water bubbling, roaring, fucking hot. And I spray the hair with, like, I brush it and put detangler in it. Then I put it back. I put it not back, but I put it in a pot and I let it boil in this pot on really, really low heat for maybe an hour. And then I take it out, bundle by bundle. And this is 3 bundles in my head and a frontal closure. Okay. And I wash each one of them by hand. I brush them, I wash them. And then I dump that other hot water out. I put fresh water in and I put conditioner in the water. Then I put the hair back in that hot ass water with the conditioner. And I usually use damn near a whole bottle of conditioner because I want everything to be real silky and soft. Well, I do a rinse and then, put the conditioner on it. Then I let it sit. And then I rinse my weave in cold water because cold water holds on to your hair. And you should do that with your own hair. So, yeah, that's too much. You glad you a man? I'm glad you're a man too, baby. But yeah, so I'm just I had to take a refreshing shower and I had to glue my frontal back down because I was just like, oh my God, I look so ugly. I walked past the mirror earlier today and I was like, you're musty and you look dusty. Get your shit together, bitch. Go get in the shower. So I did. And voila. As you all know, some of you, Saturday I went and cooked and I have a lot of food. And what did I eat today? What did I eat? I ate one lamb chop. No, I ate 1 tablespoon of baked beans. Okay, here I come. I ate 1 tablespoon of baked beans and 1 tablespoon of macaroni chicken salad. Okay, hold on, Deb. Here I go. Okay. Okay. Copy link. Okay. Shit. Okay. Paste. Voila, I did it. So, yeah, that's all I ate today. Thank you, Ozempic. So I'm up because I slept late, and shit, I slept late. I didn't have anything to do, so I just chilled and showered and combed my weave out because the shit was out of order like it is now, and that's it. This shit is, it's so crazy. But when I get ready to go to sleep, I'm gonna put this in one of those clips, those little claw clips, slap my scarf on. I'm gonna get in bed and go to sleep. And then, God willing, get up in the morning, take care of a few things, and I'm on. The fan is blowing. I'm on Diddy watch right now. I'm on shitty watch. So okay, here I come, Mr. Deb. Oh my love.
Hey,
Hi, handsome.
what's up?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just over here traveling and shit, doing stuff.
Very sexy. Very sexy, very, very umpteen, very adult. I love every bit of that.
I
How
look
is
like
it going? How is it going?
it's been going great.
So, like, any new adventures, anything that you care to speak about?
Just I'm just like really like experiencing like different places right now. Half of my favorite trip right now has been Vegas.
Where's been? Where?
Vegas.
That's my motherfucking spot. I don't know what it is about Vegas. Vegas is so tacky
Hmm.
and wonderful. I can't get enough of it. Everything there is just over the top. Like,
I love it.
yeah, I love Vegas. I love Vegas. And I can't go to Vegas right now because
Hmm.
I have to be able to spend a certain amount of money. And right now, I got too much going on.
Got you.
So, what did you do in Vegas?
So first of all, the way they set me up in Vegas was like amazing. My hotel was like a whole situation.
What?
Um, yeah, I went and I ate somewhere. I can't even tell you where I want to eat, where I want to go eat at. But I had seafood. It was amazing. It was just great. It was fun
How long were you there for?
for 2 days.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Like,
Yeah,
oh my God. Did you do any shopping? Did you buy yourself anything?
I didn't right now because I'm like transitioning from Atlanta to Baltimore. I haven't got a chance to really do a lot because I'm like still
Hold
trying to
up. What
transition.
what you transition to Baltimore for?
Because that's where I'm moving.
What?
Yeah,
What, can you move to Chicago?
that was an option.
Why'd you pick Baltimore?
Because I had people who live in Baltimore who's kind of helping me transition. So,
But damn, me and Prince is here in Chicago.
I know, but I don't like y'all are
Yeah.
women. Like I don't want to like put like I just feel like that like that's not good.
How about you let us grown women decide for ourselves?
And that could have been a thing. That could have been a
Well,
thing.
you
I
still
just
flying in the sky. You can always come to visit. But if they ask you to move again, I really think like, oh my God, like when I tell you Chicago
mhm. Like right
is
now, like
my
I'm
kind of
looking. I
town,
saw
like the
staying with one of my
summers
friends.
are the best.
You said what?
Summer here, Deb, is the fucking best. It is for somebody who lived in New York,
Hmm.
okay? And you know how I feel about New York. I love New York.
Hmm.
But Chicago summers are fucking epic.
I think I was just thinking about like how, like I don't know. I'm like I overthink everything. So
Oh my God, Deb, you would have been safe here. A shit ton of cops. Anything ever pop off,
I
my
got.
people,
I'm
my
trying to like.
people got
I'm
you.
trying to.
I had
One,
a
I'm
friend
very
who was renting
familiar.
an apartment, a
Hmm.
nice apartment, one bedroom. He was
Hmm.
charging $800 in over here.
Hmm.
The train was right there if you didn't bring your car. Train was right there. Take you
Y'all got
straight.
trains in Chicago?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh my God. We got like subways, the underground shit. We got the L. That's the one that be
We gotta.
above.
We gotta talk because I didn't know that.
Oh, we have a train that takes you. One train can take you to Midway. One train
Hmm.
can take you to O'Hare.
Okay, so yeah, we gotta talk then.
Yeah. Like you have my home number. I told you call me anytime. But the last time you were here, um, where did we
You were
go?
you had left because your I think your son was graduating or something like
Right,
that.
my son had graduated,
Yeah.
and I made that long ass ride down to Missouri. But baby, call me. Like I know too many people that could have rented you an
You never
apartment.
sent me your the number because when I the
Yes,
last
I
time
have. So damn. I swear to God, I have. Me and you done talked on my house phone, but I'll send it again. I'm
I know we talked on your house phone before, but I don't have the number for some reason.
okay. I'll just resend it.
Because
I'll resend.
that's why I had a princess because I was like to let you know that I was there,
Right, and
and that's what you told me you had left.
yeah, I had to drive. I took a 6 hour and 22 minute drive, and I don't usually drive anything over 4 hours.
Hmm.
To me, that's flying time.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had three of my children with me,
Uh-huh.
and you know there's no airport down there. And I think the closest major airport is in
Hmm.
San Louis,
Okay.
and I would have still had to rent a car and drive 2 hours to get to my son. So we got there. It was
Hmm.
a it was a it it was kind of like a sundown military town. And my
Love
oldest
saying
son,
I know about those. I can't. I'll be
my
so afraid of
son
those
was
places.
the funny thing is, my son was like, my 35-year-old, he's like, yeah, we made it there. It was like 11 o'clock at night,
Hmm.
and it was on a Wednesday. We got
Hmm.
there like Wednesday night. And Thursday was family day, Friday was graduation, and then we left and got back on the road. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna hit a bar in this town. I was like, Alex, this is a sundown town. We are in the
Yeah,
old
don't.
we
Yeah,
are in
you
the
can't be
Ozarks.
outside. You can't
This
be outside with that.
Missouri. I was
Yeah,
like, now I can stop at the gas station and get you something to sip on, but you ain't going out. He's like, Mom,
yeah.
you don't understand. I'm like, boy, fuck you.
You don't know. You don't
No,
understand.
you don't understand. Cause this
Yeah,
motherfucker ain't never been to no sundown town. And it was crazy.
it's very scary.
And it's very real. And I
Yeah.
told Val, I said, Val, this nigga wanna go out. She was like, that sounded real sundownish to me. Tell him to keep his ass in the hotel. So, hi,
Mm.
Patrice. So he stayed in the hotel. But yeah, I'll make sure you have Yeah, man. Like, I mean,
Yeah, just send me
I'm
your
not
number
trying to
on
be in
Instagram
as
so I
soon
can
as I
have
get
it.
off here, I'm not trying to be in your adult business, but this is a place
Hmm.
that you can thrive.
I
Should,
believe it, but I just don't want to be in. I don't want like. So my thing was, I don't want to inconvenience anybody. I know my friend that's up in Baltimore. We worked on some things for like that's okay. So like I'm cool with that part.
right,
And like I mean, I can still whenever I want to, I can I can move or whatever. But I'm trying to figure out where I want to be. I lived in DC, so like that's the thing for me. Like I still love DC.
right. Chocolate
Um,
City, baby.
yeah, I enjoy it. Like I know how to get around. Like, it's familiar to me, so
When
it
I
doesn't.
tell you Chicago, Deb, is like the easiest place to get around.
Hmm.
Like everything here runs east, west, north, south.
That's what Atlanta's like too.
You know, there's it's not like New York where you got to get
Hmm.
off this train, the A train to get on the F train to take this train. It you know, everything is really, really straightforward. And, you
Well,
know,
the trains in DC are the same way too. Like it's easy to get around on those trains.
yeah, and we have, like I said, we have subways
Hmm.
that go underground. We have the elevated L trains, and then we have like the trains that be running down like the expressway. We have like the red line,
Hmm.
we have the blue line, we got the green line, we got the orange line, the pink line, the brown line, and these
See,
take you.
that's way too many. We have in DC, we have the yellow, the red, and that's it.
Oh,
In
nah, baby.
Atlanta, we only got two here in Atlanta too. Y'all got to me. That's a lot.
No, I mean, it's all CTA, Chicago Transit Authority, but
Hmm. And then
Chicago
we
is
also have
bigger.
like we have the Amtrak and the MARC train too in
Well,
DC.
we have the Amtrak, but those
Hmm.
take you to out of town. But then we
Hmm.
have a thing called Metra, and Metra is like it takes you from the city to the
Hmm.
suburb, where the city trains don't run. But like, I just think that you know, I don't know.
Well,
I don't.
we'll talk.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see
because
like what's happening because
I'm definitely getting ready to try to
I'm not
sell.
stuck in DC right now. Like that's not my thing.
Okay,
Like I'm
well,
just
I'm
trying to
getting
figure
ready
out
to
where I
definitely
really want to
sell
be.
the fuck out of Chicago because
I wouldn't mind Chicago at all, to be honest. Like
it's
I
so much.
love Chicago.
You know what's crazy about Chicago, other than it being my kind of town? Chicago is like a baby New York. No matter what season it is,
Okay.
winter, spring, summer, fall, there's
Hmm.
always something to do. And
But see, that's my Atlanta for me.
and we have the best restaurants. And I'm not like trying to
Y'all do have that. Y'all do have that.
I'm not trying to suck Chicago's dick, but I do suck it hard.
I can agree with that. I love the
Chicago has
Chicago
been
restaurants.
ranked
You just saw a post in there
one
saying
of
like
the
I want MacArthur's when I come there.
no, you don't, baby. I got someplace else to take you. It's trash now. It's not.
MacArthur's is trash now.
Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Oh, baby. No, MacArthur's is so like early 2000s, late 90s. It's
I'm
trash.
so sad to hear that.
They make greens out of cans, from what I understand, and candy yams out of cans. There are
No.
places here. I'm gonna send you some links and everything else. There's places here that have elevated soul food to a
Hmm.
completely different level. And Chicago has, like how Atlanta is, a lot of black owned businesses.
Hmm.
We have a lot of black owned businesses. But guess what we do have here that Atlanta doesn't have, or
What?
DC? We have two Michelin rated restaurants. And we have
Okay.
one restaurant that has been consecutively year after year after year ranked one of the best restaurants in the world. It's called
So
Alinea.
I'm gonna be coming there. So like I want to explore like the cities. Like Right now, I'm based in Maryland, well, in
Okay.
DC. But
Okay.
like, I'm exploring different cities because I want to find like my place for me.
I think once you come to Chicago and you can stay here for, just come in and get your feet a little wet and see what it's like,
Hmm.
I think you'll be like, I like it. Like Chicago people are just different. You
Okay.
know, it's like
Well, y'all don't be talking to people out on the streets. Like, I'm used to like Southern hospitality,
no,
and that's
don't
not
don't
Chicago.
no, 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 no. People in Chicago will speak to you.
I've
Don't
been to
don't believe
Chicago.
that.
They don't. No, I've been there. They don't.
Where were you that they didn't speak?
I know when we stayed there over like by Michigan Avenue.
What, like down by the Gold Coast?
I don't. I was young, so I don't remember. But I remember we were by Michigan Avenue because I remember my cousins. But because we went out, they dressed up in Disney costumes, and they helped the people that was like, the home people like get money because I went and bought them costumes, Disney costumes, to help people that was on the streets make money.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Chicago, for me, has
Hmm.
the perfect level of Midwest ideas and Southern comfort. Because most of the people from Chicago,
I didn't see the southern part, but I think it's a great place. Like
but
I can hold you down on that part.
you just gotta come and be here for more than a day.
So that's
Like
what I'm saying. Like
if you
when I come, like I want to explore. Like even on my days off, like I will come and like let's like take me around to show me some stuff. Like I know like the LGBT stuff. I know like the boys town stuff like that.
right.
But
But
like
it's so many other
I'm down for
things.
it.
And there are people here. See, the thing about Chicago is Chicago was one of those cities during the Great Migration that
Mm-hmm.
people came to. And
Mm-hmm.
like if you in Chicago, if your grandmama wasn't born in Mississippi, Tennessee, or somewhere in Alabama or
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, that's what everybody in Chicago are. Where they
Got you.
where they people hail from, as we say here.
Mm-hmm.
Places like North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, Virginia, they more up the coast going towards New York, Virginia, DC, all up in there. But
Mm-hmm.
Chicago is heavy Mississippi populated. And a lot of they people grandparents came up here and their mamas was
Mm-hmm.
born here and they still got a little southern comfort in them.
Yeah.
I think, and
See,
I think
my
it would be easy
my
for you
cousin
to
wants
get
me to
around
come to
Chicago.
New York.
No.
And I'm like, I'm not a New York person at all. Like I don't want that.
You know you can do New York
No, I can't. I
sometime,
don't like it.
but
I don't like it.
it's for visiting. You know,
Yeah, I can see that. I can
New
see that.
York for me, New York for me is when I lived there, we had real nice money.
Hmm.
For me, New York, the same way with me going to Vegas. New York ain't the place to live if you don't have enough money because it ain't fun. You know what I
Right.
mean? But if Chicago, you could be broke to the motherfucker here and you could have a good time because they always got something the fuck going on. And it's pretty and it's
Hmm.
clean. And, you know, we got our share of shit just like any other, large city in the United States. But
Hmm.
this Chicago, baby, this is
Well, listen,
home.
I'm coming. I'm gonna be like I told you, I'm coming back. So like,
I feel
I'm
like a
down for
Chicago
like.
ambassador. Like I'm really
Now I
really
feel you.
trying to get you to come.
Listen, and I'm falling for the trap. So like, I got you. Like, I'm gonna come. I want to visit. I want to look, see what it's like. I had like it would be easy for me to come there and like move there. But I also just like want to try to find somewhere where I can like go and look around where I want to live at, so like that too, though.
Well, there are so many places I can take you around. Um,
Okay.
You just have to let me know 2 days before you come so I can know I'm not doing anything.
See,
Um,
that's gonna be the hard part for me because I don't my schedule
okay,
don't be like
so
that.
my this month, June, July, only thing I have to do is go clean my daughter's apartment out because her lease is
Okay.
up at the end of July.
Hmm.
So we're
Hmm.
gonna get that done before the end of July. And
Hmm.
I have absolutely nothing else to do after that unless I
Okay.
get a call. Hold excuse me, unless I get a call.
I'll look at my trips and see like what's around that time because a lot of it like it's not a guarantee, but like if I pick it up, then I can pick it up.
Okay, I mean, hold on, let me see what this is. I can't see you, dear. Okay, so anyway, um,
And I can't
my
see the chat either, by the way. So if y'all saying something to me, I can't see it.
um, we have three beautiful souls here. But just let me know
Yeah,
what your
as soon
schedule
as
is looking
as
like.
soon as I came there, I was like, I was trying to find you, and I was like, because I know Princess don't live by that airport, and I knew you
No,
live
but guess
closer.
what? Um, where Princess lives
Hmm.
is literally a straight shot. So if you flew into Midway,
Hmm.
you're a straight shot from her. But where I am, since I live closer to, hold on, if I live close to O'Hara, which is where you were,
That's
because I'm right.
ORD, right?
Right. Well, that's like northwest, like, but I'm
I just know the airport code is ORD.
yeah, that's O'Hara.
Okay.
Um, you know, you are a straight shot from me where I live right now. You know,
That's what she was telling me. She was like, you're closer to you were closer to me than she was.
yeah, because she's somewhere else, and I'm not going to put her business out.
Now
But
she told me, I know.
yeah, I know but I'm not going to say it on here.
Okay, got you, got you.
But even even in her area,
Oh, that's Sparkle in the back thing.
that sparkle. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Okay, give me a minute, Sparkle, because I want to finish this conversation with Deb, because this is something that I would really like for him to do, and I want him to come and explore, and I want our days to be able to coordinate because I think that he would thrive in Chicago. And one of the biggest reasons I think he would thrive is because Princess is here and I'm here. And
Hmm.
we know a shit ton of people. We know
Hmm.
people that can make shit happen and do happen. Me and Prince is cool. We comfortable here in Chicago. And I
Well, you know,
think
I've
he
hung with
can
Princess
too.
multiple times, so I know
Yeah, I
that.
know. I know.
And then
And
I
I love
also know,
her.
like, and I always get the great vibes
You
from you too. So
she's someplace else, right now.
yeah, I do. I know.
Yeah, I don't want to put her business out.
No, I
Um,
got you.
but
Now, when I talked to her that day, she told me so. Yeah.
hold on.
But no, my thing is like I'm just like like I'm open to everything. Like I'm not. I'm not staying. Like my thing is like right now, the world is in my hand right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And like I'm trying to explore every situation possible because I feel like God has given me a great opportunity.
right.
And so
And
let
he
me explore
has.
all those.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like
And so as soon as I found out I had that trip, I was like, where I need to call you. Where's Roxy at? And then I could not find your number. So I had a princess because I knew that she wasn't by that airport.
right, and she does not. she's not by that airport.
Yeah.
But she's by the other airport, and she's
Right.
literally a straight shot. Um,
And she said that she was like, "Let me hit up Roxy real quick,"
right,
and
and
then she texted me
she
back and
hit
told
me,
me
and I
that
was like, "Oh my
she had
god!" I
left with
told
you.
him I'm going to, because I was
Yeah.
literally, we literally got on the road, and we made this 6 hour
Because
and 22 minutes.
did she tell you did she tell you what I asked?
I don't remember.
I said, ask her what she cooking.
Oh man, now you know it's crazy. I cooked yesterday. No, I cooked Saturday.
Hmm.
Um, I went out to my sister-in-law's and I
Hmm.
cooked and I made 4 steaks.
Hmm.
I
And
made
I don't want to hear about it until I get to come and get some food. I won't
okay,
lie.
cause I do be cooking. And do you know when I
I
went
know
to
you do.
Princess
That's
and when
what
I
I
went to
said.
Princess' birthday party,
Hmm.
I was like, well, I'm gonna bring my contribution. I'm gonna make some deviled eggs.
Hmm.
So about 2 weeks before Prince's birthday party, she and I went to this sorority and fraternity picnic, and
Hmm.
it's called Panhell,
Hmm.
and it's short for Panhellenic. It's so the
Hmm.
Panhellenic picnic is some Greek shit.
Gotcha.
And when we were there, it was just a sea of just pink and green, red and crimson and red, red and
You
white.
talking about AKAs and Kappas
It
and
was
what
the
else?
AKAs, it was the Kappas, it was the Zetas, it was
Okay.
the Iotas, it
Hmm.
was the Qs, it was the Alphas. It was just, but my
You know
heart.
I play. You know I pledge, right?
Are you serious?
Hmm.
What? Okay. Well, my heart belongs to the Qs.
What fraternity thing I would have pledged for?
You give me Kappa vibes.
So that's what I wanted to pledge, but I got talked into something else. What do you think it is?
Alpha?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I went in wanted to pledge for Kappa, but the guys from Alpha they really wanted me really bad, and so they were on it. I mean, like, they would
And
not let me
baby,
pledge for Kappa.
Princess loves her a Kappa.
Hmm.
She be like, they be strolling. And I'm like, but I'm a wild bitch. I like the Qs.
I was about to when you said that I was about to say I know it's a Q. I would have been a bad Q though. I'm not bad like in a bad way. I would have been turning the world upside down as a Q.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Omega Psi Phi. I just,
I think Q's match my vibe.
and that's
Um,
what it is for me.
Kappa,
Qs match
Kappa,
my vibe.
Kappa is more well be like what I would be. Normally, I would have been one because of me. But Alpha really like I love what they stood for,
Shut up,
and they
Cap.
made sure I knew that.
But my thing is going going to doing some college and oh, doing some college and being around all of that. I remember like the first time ever in my life that I
Hmm.
went to a fraternity party. It was in St. Louis,
Hmm.
and
Oh, and I can say about Iota too, by the way.
one of my friends was like, we're going to a step show." And
Hmm.
I didn't know what a step show was. And we got there, and that's the first time I ever met a dude who was a Q. And
Hmm.
he had on, I don't remember. I just remember seeing gold boots and
Hmm.
drinking Q oil. and
Mhm.
being very, very mannish, very mannish.
Mhm.
I was like, you little slut. And I had a great time.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you
But
know,
me and Princess
iota.
went to
That's
the picnic, and Princess bought me some pickles because she
what's
know this
that?
man who makes these pickles, like these pickles that he put in this mason jar. And my
Mhm.
pickles were like this sweet jerk pickle, like
Mhm.
jerk, and they were red. And I took
Mhm.
those pickles and I put them in my, because they about this big around,
Mhm.
and I put them in my food processor and I added a little regular relish and I grounded those motherfuckers up and I put those in Princess deviled eggs and
Oh, they was
I,
hitting.
I pulled out I bought a deviled egg tray for her, right?
Mhm.
With the little deviled egg cups in it. But I was like,
Mhm.
no, this is my good sister friend. This is my good little sister friend, little big sister friend. I was like, fuck
Mhm.
that. I'm gonna take these to her party on my Italian fucking serving tray.
Mhm.
I had it. I put paper towel under it. I made those eggs. Those motherfuckers were so good that I didn't even taste them. I did taste like the batter, the yellow. Do you
Mhm.
know once Princess? Because people didn't really want to eat until Princess got there.
Mhm.
But a few people are like, I'm hungry, so they
Wait,
went.
Princess be cooking food?
No, she had it catered, but I make really great
Okay.
deviled eggs.
I was like, 'cause Princess cook me no food ever.
Right, she couldn't be doing all of that and and coming to her party. So I made the
Mhm.
deviled eggs and like our two chicks just took one egg apiece.
Mhm.
When Princess came in and she did her walkthrough, and she had a very, very wonderful presentation, like, hey bitches, it's my birthday.
Mhm.
That's when people took their cue because she did an outfit change. Ooh, when Princess was doing that outfit change, I turned around. There were three eggs left on the motherfucking platter. Princess said, I think she said she got one. I make a
Wow.
mean deviled egg, but I
And
use
see,
that.
you know what would have been crazy? You would have got the one like so. You know, I do gardening.
Right.
Imagine having that with some fresh shit from the garden.
What, eggs?
Just the cucumber when you soak it, when you actually make the
Oh,
pickle
so,
from that,
so, right. But
it would have been so much better.
I read up on doing that, and you really, pickling ain't as easy. People just think you gotta
It's not. Yeah.
put like just pour some vinegar in the thing and
Hmm.
just let it set for some days.
It sits for
No,
months.
you technically supposed to, when you do put in those mason jars, you
Hmm.
technically supposed to boil the when you pour it, put the pickles in and with the juice and all that shit and whatever seasons you're gonna put, you supposed to set that shit down in a big ass pot and
Hmm.
fill it with water and let the jars heat up, and then you supposed to close the jars tight, then put them in a dark space. So making pickles ain't for the faint of heart. But
And
these
then
pickles,
you put your seasonings in there. You put like the juice you want to soak it in.
I
Like
don't
it's a
even have enough
lot.
space right now. I gotta wait till we move, and then I could fuck around and try to make some pickles. But right now, no. So I'm gonna buy my pickles from her guy, and I made that into my own relish, and they ate
Hmm.
those pickles up. Those pickles was gone. I was just like,
Give me 1 second. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
okay, go ahead, baby. So right now, um, I am not gonna say trying to pressure So Deb to move to Chicago, but with the career path that he's on, meeting people, I just feel like Chicago would be a really nice fit for him. Um, and I'm just hoping that sometime soon he can get the time. Oh, I got to sneeze, you guys. Hold on. Okay. I'm really hoping that he can get the time to come here and just explore Chicago. And I think he'll like it. Um, the winters could be strange, but they ain't been like the winters back in like the 80s, 90s, and 70s. You know what I mean? Oh, that air feels so good. The weather hasn't been the same. I think he could thug it out here. Cold weather make cold weather makes you stronger. Shit. But I want him to see, you know, all sorts of facets of Chicago. But I want to know so I can, be prepared, speak with Princess. We could plan things, take him places, not just within the city. He's working, he does his time. He might have a week or two off where he can explore Chicago and see what Chicago has to offer. You know, Chicago is just a different place. And like I said, I know I be sucking the shit out Chicago's dick, but this is like so home for me. You know, if I can't live in New York, if I can't live in New York, I honest to God don't want to live anyplace else. New York is their rent is crazy. Our taxes are crazy here. But this is home base for me. This is a comfort zone. It's a little bit country, it's a little bit rock and roll. It's extremely cosmopolitan and I love Chicago. That's really all I can say. You know, um, there are things here that other places in the United States. Oh shit! Hold on. There are things and foods here that in other places you can't find. Like OG Patrice, and we talk and we discussed Parker House sausage. And she can't find Parker House sausage where she lives. That's a Chicago staple. You know what I mean? Mild sauce. You can buy big ass containers of mild sauce and take them back to where you are, where you live. Pizza puffs. They don't got pizza puffs in every place. Chicago is just a microcosm of food that, and it's easy to get fat in Chicago. Take it from me. I had to get on Ozempic to lose weight. you know, it's so much, and it's so much history. And our architecture is like bar none. You know, yeah, we got our share of crime, but what big city doesn't? But I'm sold on Chicago. Like I
And the crab not better than Maryland.
Now, this is where you're absolutely right. But there are places
Mm-hmm.
that like seafood places here in Chicago. Like there's a place called Joe's Stone Crab.
Mm-hmm. We
Every
need to we need to
day,
go there.
yes, and every day they have stone
Is
crab
Sparkle still
flown in.
backstage?
Huh?
Did
No.
Sparkle leave? Okay.
Um, every day Joe's Stone Crab has stone crabs flown in from Florida every day.
Mm-hmm.
There's another place here. It's called Philly's Best.
Okay.
They have all of their bread
Mm-hmm.
and their chops, the meat that they do the Philly cheesesteaks with, flown in
Mm-hmm.
from Philadelphia every
Nice.
fucking day. You know, it's just such an interesting food town. You know,
Y'all have
we
really good food there.
Yeah, and if you decide to live here, also get a gym membership, or make sure we can get you in a building where there's a gym, because it's easy to get fat in this motherfucker. You can get
Yeah.
fluffy in Chicago quick because there's so much food. Like, I be laying in bed some days, and I usually only eat once a day because of this Ozempic, and I be like, damn, what I want to eat. And I be like, do I want Harold's chicken? Do I want Italian? Do I want Thai
You know we
food?
got Harold's Chicken here in Atlanta too.
Yeah, but it's not like here.
Okay.
It, it's not like here. I done heard some things, and where Patrice is, OG Patrice, they have one there too, and she was ready to fight. She was ready to fight.
It's good here though.
Is it
It's real good here. Yeah.
okay? But see,
We go there a lot.
but have you tasted Harold's in Chicago?
I have not, no.
So you got to have a baseline. It started here,
Yeah.
you know. So you have to have the baseline of like, mm, this the home of Harold's chicken. Mr. Harold started his shit here. Shit, they got a Harold's chicken. I think they got one in Vegas.
I would think that tastes good though.
But I couldn't live in Vegas. Vegas is a playground of
Mm,
shopping and buying things that I shouldn't buy and doing things that I probably shouldn't do. That's
hmm.
it. That's Vegas. And then I come home and go back and go back into my regular scheduled life, But um, when you figure out when,
Hmm.
can you just let me know? Um,
Let me see what I can do now while we on the phone.
okay, because seriously, I don't know how you will feel about just staying here, so you're already in the city,
Mm.
and maybe stay here. If you get 3 days, stay two here with me, and then I'll take you
Well, the
back to
thing
the
is, they're
hotel.
not gonna give us 3 days all the time, so that's the reason why. But it's like, it's like a day. If I find like a long layover, then that's
Okay.
different.
Well, if you
But
find a
long
long
layover would be like a
layover,
24 hours though.
as long as you let me know,
Hmm.
hey, I'm coming. I will
Hmm.
come pick you up, and I just have to burn myself out the whole day. And if I'm too tired to get you back to the airport, I got kids who would drop you off, or I will put you in a Lyft or an Uber. It doesn't make a difference. But I want you to, I want to take you. I want to make sure I got a full tank of gas, and I want to be able to take you from one side of the town to the other, and just let you see how cultural Chicago is. Like every day,
Hmm.
if I decide to leave the house and I'm
Hmm.
just driving, all it takes is for me to see the skyline
Hmm.
of Chicago. And it just reiterates, I fucking love this city. I love, man, this Chicago, Chicago has made me the girl that I am. I love Chicago. Like,
This is
it's,
all
it's
time.
no place like it,
Hmm.
it's energy, you know, our club scene. It's just so many things. It's so many good things about here that like I said, I've lived in
No,
Seattle.
so let me say something. I believe that because 1 year, so I was married before, right?
Right.
So 1 year I snuck out of I had to leave and sneak out of the house, and I went to Chicago for my birthday. It was my 20, what year was that? My 25th birthday.
Okay.
I was so mad. Oh, we have a long layover on the 4th, actually.
Of July,
Hmm.
I don't have anything to do. This is what
Let
I have
me
to do on the 4th of
see.
July. I
Let me
have
bid for
absolutely
this
nothing.
because if
You
I
know
can, like
why?
they,
Because
what?
I already cooked. We'll,
Let
we'll,
me see.
we'll,
I'm a
we'll
bid
go
for it
see.
now and see if I can get it.
Yeah, because I have absolutely nothing to do. Nothing.
Because I know for a fact I'm gonna be working on the 4th of July.
Get that time and a half money, baby.
Damn, we give us time and a half. We just get we can knock points off, but I
Oh,
really
okay.
don't care about that. So I just put it in. So hopefully, let's see if I can get that.
Yeah, but as soon as you get out, like as soon as you get off the plane, I'll be at arrivals
Hmm.
and I'll wait for you at arrivals and then we'll just go tear the town up and
So look, we leave. So this one leaves at 1 o'clock.
in the
It's not
morning.
showing in the afternoon, but then it's a long layover, so that means it's more. It's over 24 hours.
So when would you get here?
Um, from where's this coming from? Hold on, yeah, too fast. However long it takes to get from DC to Chicago.
Like an hour, 45 maybe?
I want to say it's gonna be longer than that.
No. Hold on. Let me Google it. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hold on. Hold it down for me. Shit. Oh,
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking at the availability part.
hold on.
Oh wait, that's not even right. I was only 6. I'm get there.
It's saying it takes 2 hours, but I mean,
So that's probably right. But that's saying 2 hours because the time change.
yeah, I mean, we're an hour behind.
Yeah.
So what time would you get to Chicago?
So it's hold on, I'm looking. It's a 2 days. It says my report time be at 6, but it's a 3 leg day. So I wouldn't know until I get the flight. I don't know.
You wouldn't know till you get on the plane?
Yeah, I wouldn't know until they approve me for the flight, and then I would know like the actual times.
Okay, well, if they approve you, like seriously, just like let me know. I will pick you up from the airport. We can, if you want to come here and freshen up, hurry up and do it so we can hurry up and go. And I can
Yeah,
show
because I can
you.
just go to my I can go to the hotel and do the same thing because I'll have a hotel anyway. So
Yeah,
either
but if
way,
they
it's
give you a
fine.
hotel, they're going to give you a hotel out there.
Right. Okay. Okay, got you. Got you. Got you. Got
So keep your hotel. That way we can run around. And if you have to be there really early in the morning, I could drop you off at your hotel. And then, the shuttle could pick you up and take you, back to the airport. But the most important part is we get to see each other and you get to see aspects of Chicago that, I want you to see. And, that way you can, maybe if you get another trip here, you can, we could cram as much into
See, that's
the
the thing
time
is,
that
it's
we have.
easy for me to get a trip there because we fly there a lot. It's just
Okay.
about
Well,
finding out like the times and how long. Because it say 10 hours, so that's 10 hours of flying, and it's a 2 day trip. I'll have to see. When I find out, I'll let you know because if it's a 2 day trip and I'm trying to look. Okay, here we go.
So
Hotel
you get
shadows.
off days, right?
Mm, I'm on my
You
off
get
day right now.
so okay. So what you get 2 off days a week?
And this depends on what I bid for. But I'm on for this, like I'm on like a 6 day. So
Okay. So when are you gonna be able to start flying international flights?
I can fly international. I fly international now.
Where have you been international?
I haven't been anywhere yet because I'm just trying to like, let me take it slow.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I haven't flown anywhere international yet.
My
My
sisters,
release
my
time
sisters
says
went
it's
to
gonna be
Portugal
at eight
like three
o'clock.
months ago. I want to go to Portugal.
Oh, I want to go to Portugal too. I
They
want to go
went
to
to
Tokyo. So for my birthday, I'm going to Hawaii for my birthday.
okay,
But I definitely want to do Portugal. That's somewhere I really want to go. I want to go to
okay.
Tokyo.
Why do you want to go there? Just explain that to me.
So I'm a big Pokemon fan.
Okay, my kids are really strongly into anime.
Yes,
Um,
and they have a poke that they're the main Pokemon stores in Tokyo. So I want to
oh,
go to Tokyo to go visit the Pokemon store.
okay. Um,
Oh yeah,
I've
so
been there.
it don't give me a lot of oh wait a minute, hold on now. I'm looking on stuff.
I only been to Japan one time. We
Mm-hmm.
were there for 10 days. It was an experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really clean. The
Mm-hmm.
last time I was there, if it was clean then, it's clean now.
Mm-hmm.
You have to follow rules. Like just because no cars are coming, don't mean you could cross the street type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a lot of
Well,
shopping,
you gotta learn the rules everywhere that we
and
go to.
it could
So
be very overwhelming. And
yeah.
when we were there, we stayed at the Hotel Nico,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Japan. That was my first time ever being there, and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" You
Wait, so
know,
let
but
me ask you this: Are
it
you
was
far from
beautiful.
downtown?
No, I could see downtown from my house.
Okay, so this hotel is downtown for the
Okay,
Chicago trip.
okay. Where is it?
It doesn't give a time at the Marriott downtown.
Which one?
It just says Chicago Marriott downtown, Magnificent Mile.
Ooh, ooh, yes, yeah. Anything that says magnificent in Chicago, that
Mm,
means it's north of the river, and that's really big money area. That's like
okay,
where Oak Street is. That's where Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton,
is that
Chanel,
close to Michigan Avenue?
Tom Ford. Yes,
Okay,
you know.
and this say it's longer than 24 hour trip.
Please, God, let him get it.
So yeah, I will let you know if they give this to me.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna.
God.
So what I will do is just on the fourth, and today's the first. So
Yes.
tomorrow I'm gonna go on and I'm aggressive bid for this.
Okay.
And the trip leaves it in the morning at 6. So if they give me a wrap A, which is like 5 a.m. until 5 p.m., then
Right.
if I go on an aggressive bid, I can get the trip. So I will keep you
Aggressive.
posted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bye, Mortimer. Bye. Bye. Well, I hope you can get it because I'm definitely praying for it because I'm gonna have a like serious I'm in the house on the 4th of July. I'm not going anywhere. But you know what? The 4th of
Maybe we can get
July here,
Princess out too.
yeah, I'll definitely let her know. I need to make sure she made it home because I didn't know if she was coming home today or did she come home yesterday. But
Mm.
we're having the
I know
Nat.
she was supposed to be in Atlanta.
Yeah, I know. but I don't know if she was coming home Sunday or was she coming home Monday. And now it's Tuesday.
Wait, she's
And
here now?
I don't know if she's still there because I spoke with her the other day.
She
Um,
texted me about
and they were going to a vineyard, you know.
that.
So you know, they had everything like really, really planned. So I don't know if she's back or not, but I'll see what she's gonna be doing because the 4th of July falls on a Friday, and here in Chicago, we're having the NASCAR race downtown.
Oh, have you ever been to NASCAR race before?
No, it's too loud. I don't like loud shit.
I went to one in Charlotte with one of my old co-hosts, my radio when I was working for the Radio One.
But I did watch that race car movie today with Brad Pitt.
Okay.
And
NASCAR is a certain like a something that of a certain type of people who want to go to that. I had a good time because me and my friend were there together, but like
okay.
the race, I didn't care about for real.
Well, on in this
We were
movie,
just drinking and having a good time together.
they had like what wasn't NASCAR for this movie that Brad Pitt and the Franklin boy is in.
Hmm.
They did a these are Formula One racing cars,
Hmm.
and they were over in fucking Dubai, Abu Dhabi, or some motherfucking where. But Brad Pitt was fine as usual.
You got me excited right now. Like
I
I need
am too. I
to
want you to
back
get
on this
here.
trip.
I don't care how you get here. Just get here if you can.
No, like I'm about to really be on. I'm gonna have to call scheduling because no, if I can call them, they may be like, okay, we gonna put you on that trip. I just got to make sure that they put me on the right rap, and then it could be a thing.
Oh, you're giving me all this airline jargon that I've never heard before. Yeah. I hope they approve everything, man.
Yeah,
And I'll
same.
make sure Princess knows. Boy,
Because I'm coming
if you
back.
can get here for a whole day in the evening and get you back to the hotel so you can get some rest and get up and get back to work the next day.
I don't really have to have the rest for it. I'll be fine.
Oh,
As long it just depends on the time that we land there. And I don't never really do like a 3 leg trip, but I would
I
if I
don't
can get
know what a
like,
3 leg trip is. You
so
you
a
talking to
three
me
leg
like I'm the pilot.
a three leg
I don't
trip
know
is
what
like
that
from
is.
three different places. So it's like me coming from DC to Charlotte, from Charlotte to Florida to Miami, from Miami to then we go to Chicago. So that's 3 legs.
Oh, okay.
But I
Well,
never do those because I
I
don't.
need one. I
That's
need
a lot
that.
of
I
work.
need the 3rd leg to make it to Chicago so we can go kick it, man.
So on that trip, the 3rd leg would be I would get to Chicago,
I'm keeping my fingers crossed, 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 crossed.
and then the day after that, I only have 1 leg, which means I'm gonna go from Chicago to back to DC.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, if you can get it and you let me know, like, hey, I'll be at the hotel. You just get on the plane. You get to Chicago. You have them drop you off at the hotel, which is like I could be downtown to you,
Hmm.
literally,
That's what I'm about to say. What
and
I would do is just I would go to the hotel,
right, go to
shower, all that
hotel,
stuff, then
freshen up,
call you, and then
and then I could get to you. I could get to you where you're staying literally 10 minutes.
okay, yeah, that would work then.
That's how close I am to downtown
I'm gonna push
Chicago.
for that then. I'm gonna push for that trip.
Push, 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 push for it. And we can
And
just
then
hang out. We
if
can
you
go
need me to
eat.
get you some little bottles of the little alcohol from the plane, I can get you that too.
Oh, bring me some Tito's once. I love Tito's.
Oh, we have lots of Tito's. Oh, look, hold on,
Yay!
let me show you something. Let me show you something. Hold
Let
on.
me see.
Look at this.
You see all these?
Shut the fuck up.
I can get you some shit off the plane.
Because I like my little Tito shit. You know, um,
I like the Maker's Mark.
that's really crazy because that's my attorney Candace's favorite sip.
Hmm
She likes Maker's Mark, but I stopped messing with Brown. Brown
Maker's
was
Mark is something where you can like sip it, like you don't have to
Yeah, but
drink.
Brown was bringing me down. I was just like, no. So now I'm tequila, I mean vodka, but it's Tito's. So that kind of throws you off because you kind of feel like
I can definitely use some Tito.
vodka should be like a Snaya, a Smirnoff, but you know, a Tito's. Tito isn't very Russian, but I'm not gonna
I'm
fucking
a Tito's
complain.
guy. Give me some Tito's and Sprite. We're having a good night.
My man. But no, I really hope you can get here because I want, I'm gonna call because I'm not gonna call Princess at this time of night. I'll reach out to her tomorrow and be like, hey, if he can get here, if she can get to my house, she can park over here. And then
Hmm
she can hop in the car with me and then we can come pick you up. And then we can go get something to eat and just tear the town up. But I don't know how much downtown we're gonna be able to tear up because it's going to be closed down because of the NASCAR race. You know what I mean? But I mean,
I want to go
whatever.
to. I want to go to Boys Town though.
You want to go to where?
The Boys Town.
If you want to go to Boys Town,
That's where I want
but,
to go.
but I feel like Boys Town in the daytime, eh. Boys Town at nighttime.
I'm gonna be getting there around nighttime probably. Well, not like too late, but like around the time where like people getting ready to go out.
Well, can I share something with you?
I'm listening.
I have never,
Hmm
never have I ever been to a club in Boys Town. I've never been to one of the gay bars.
Have
And no, I haven't. And one night I was in
you ever been
Boys
to a gay club
Town.
at all?
Nope.
So let's give each other a different experience.
Are you going to pop my cherry with a gay club? I
I
would
would
love that.
love to do that.
I am so ready. I've never been to a gay bar
I
ever.
would love to do that.
I've never went to. They used to have this thing in Chicago called lipstick and lace, and that was for like the girls. And I never went. My friends have asked me to go.
For
I,
like the lesbians.
yeah, the lesbians. I
Okay,
just
yeah,
said the
I haven't
girls.
been to no
I've
lesbian stuff.
never been to that, and I've never been to just a gay bar with all the dudes. But I walked past this one gay bar, and they have a garage door that
Hmm
opens up, and I was just like, God damn, they were dancing, and it was just sweaty and hot. And they were like, "Hey, baby," I was like, "Hi," and I was trying to hurry up and get to my car
Do you like
because
dance? You like dancing?
I don't. This is how I dance.
Let me tell you something. When you go to the gay bar,
I'll
I
probably cut
only
loose.
know
I'll
one
probably
thing.
cut loose.
Let me tell you something. Only I know about when women come to the gay bar with the gay man is that you will never pay for a drink the entire time.
Oh my God, I'm so ready. We might have to. We
The
might just have to
gays
take
will
a look.
pay for your drink the entire time. If that don't
All
happen,
the years
I
that
go,
I've lived
you know
here, I
something.
had never. I've been in Boys Town many times, like because they have some great restaurants up there. They have great shopping, and the place where I get the majority of my tattoos, it's up there. But I've never just been like in a
How
gay.
expensive are the tattoos?
Well, fortunately, my neighbor who lives literally right behind me, he does tattoos.
Shut up.
And he gives the family price. And his wife colors hair.
I listen.
And his
We have
daughter, and
got
his
family.
daughter is like a
I need the
button
connection.
rock and roll chick. Like she does concerts. It's crazy. He did this tattoo, my cat on my arm. I got this in dedication to that cat right there.
Hmm
And then I got this in dedication to my cats because they love each other.
Hmm.
And that's it. But he does tattoos, and my son goes to him. We got several people who can ink you up, but
There's some tattoos that I need.
I need to get the tattoo on my right leg down by my ankle. It's like a Shogun warrior mask that
Uh-huh.
needs to be colored in, and I need to get the Tinkerbell on my back finish because me and my girlfriend, my tattoo guy at the time, he me and her got into a fight with these chicks in there, and he was
Mhm.
like, y'all need to go, Roxanne, because she's calling the police. So we had to leave. So he wasn't able to put Tinkerbell's feet or her wings on. Or did she? I think she might have her wings. The bitch don't have her feet, and she's not colored in because me and my girlfriend got into a fight with these bitches in a tattoo place. It was crazy. I'm just like, it was the Melanately Challenge chicks, and they was just playing too much. And she called me the N word because she was
Oh
like,
no.
she was off. Yeah, she was off something. And I've been drinking.
Hmm.
So I punched her in the face. And then
I
her
would have.
friends jumped on me. Then my friend jumped on them. And we was trying to tear that motherfucker up. And he was like, you got to go, Roxanne. They're calling the police. And I left and I never got my tattoo on my back.
There's this gay
I
couple that's
literally have an unfinished
uh,
tattoo.
there's this gay couple on YouTube, and the dude, I gotta get my legs together though, because I'm working on my whole everything because I'm getting older, and I'm trying to work on my body. But this guy, he has these leg tattoos. I mean, when I tell you they look so dope, like I want my legs to look like that.
You want
Like
the
those tattoos
tattoo or
they
you
have,
want the physical form of the
I
leg?
want both. I want both.
Okay, dig it.
I want my legs to look like his look. And like earlier in life, like my legs did look that way, but like because I've gotten older, I've been married, life been life in, the things
It
have changed.
happens, baby. But you
Huh?
got it's a whole new world.
Yes, and that's why I like God really opened up like a new door for me.
And go through that motherfucker with a vengeance, baby.
And I am doing that.
And I'm happy for you. You know, I'll, we'll even roll past the tattoo place. That way you can get a formal introduction to the tattoo guy. That way, when you come in, and you might have a little time because you got a big tattoo, he can finish it little by little. You know what I mean?
Like I got this one right here. This is now faith.
Do you
That's
know
because
you're behind?
huh?
Do you know you're behind on here?
Well,
Like it's actually, I don't know if it's running slow, but it's actually behind.
oh, it's like delayed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Delayed.
But
I
like
said behind.
you're responding back to me like right away.
Yeah, but it's like you say it and then your mouth moves.
I don't know. That's weird. Because if like when you're talking to me, like we're responding like right away back to each other.
Yeah, but on your picture, like on your end where your camera is,
Hmm. It's probably because I'm on my phone.
I'm on my phone too.
But when I'm on my computer, it probably doesn't do it like that.
Well, I don't even care. I'm just happy to be talking to you, and I'm hoping they give me
Same.
this
Like I
time.
love talking to you.
Mm, mm, mm. Deb, if you can get here, I hope you have a charger. We got to keep our phones charged because we gonna go eat.
Oh
I'm
no,
gonna bust my
I have all type of chargers. I have like my
I'm gonna
portable
pop my
charger.
cherry at the gay bar at the gay man bar.
Listen, we're gonna have a ball.
I can't believe I never been
I
to a
took
gay
Princess
bar.
to the gay club with me.
Huh?
I took Princess to the gay bar with me.
Princess is adventurous and lively. I just never been to a gay bar. I don't know, cause like my gay friends, they be like, "You want to go out?" And I be like, "No." They be like, "Fuck you, bitch,"
Oh,
and and I don't have that many gay male friends.
women
I
have way more fun than we have
literally
at the gay
only in
bars.
Chicago.
Hmm.
Seriously, I have one gay friend. One, his name is Rashman. He
Hmm.
is fabulous, and I love him.
I want to meet him.
Oh my God, I would stop playing with me. I love him so
Not
much.
for real. Like
He
I have the most fun with
Rashman
people.
is like Rashman. Oh my God, when you meet Rashman, you're gonna be like
Is he
kindred soul.
like a feminine guy? Like how like what kind of gay guy is he?
It's just like you wouldn't know Rashman is gay. You know how some people you be like, oh,
Okay.
he's gay. You wouldn't know
Yeah.
he's gay, but
Like
he
that's
works.
feel that
He
way
has
about
a
me.
he has a really great job.
Hmm.
Um, his mom loves me. Um, he is
He's from
very.
Chicago too,
He's
huh?
from Chicago.
So that's why
What?
a lot of
Yeah.
Chicago and Philly guys, a lot of them be gay. You would never know.
No, but he's like openly gay, and he's really fabulous. He's and he will curse me out.
Hmm.
Oh, he done read me down before. He had me crying. That's the first time a gay man ever just read the fuck out of me. Oh, he did me dirty. I was like this, damn, like that. And he was sitting in that chair where my cat is sitting. And he was like, let me tell you something, bitch. I was just like, ah. I didn't have no pearls on. I had
But
nothing
that's
to
those
clutch.
Chicago and Philly guys. Those Chicago and Philly guys are very different.
Oh, he just read me down. He
You gotta
read,
meet a Philly gay guy too.
I don't know any gay people in Philly.
When I say the men
Oh,
in
hold
Philly,
on. Oh my God, he read me down so disgusting. He made me cry. But
hmm
then I got him back because I read him down like maybe 2 weeks later. He's like,
hmm
you a dirty little bitch. I was like, huh, takes one to know one, slut. But but that's our relationship because we've known each other 26 years. Hold
hmm
on, let me see something. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Hold it down for me.
Okay,
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
But while y'all here, make sure you guys are liking this video. If y'all have some questions, like let's ask some questions. Let's talk about some things while we over here sitting on this live waiting on Roxy to come back. Like, what's up? What's going on in the chat? And I know y'all be coming in throughout that time, but like, what's going on in the chat? I'll say like Roxy
Okay,
is
let
one of
me
my
see if
favorite people in
Watchman
the
even
world.
answered the phone. Hold
Huh?
on. Hold on. Let me see if Watchman's gonna answer the phone. I know I'm probably waking him up. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Party time.
It is late.
He'll, oh, I do not like. Hi, Rashman. How are you? It's Roxanne. I know it's extremely late, like 2:01 late. Um, I have a good friend coming to town. And I would like, if you have the time on July 4th, if you can join us for a soiree and a gallivanting through the city of Chicago. I told him I never went to a gay bar in Chicago, and he would like to take me, and I would like for you to accompany us if you don't have a problem with that, because I've never been to a gay bar, and you are my gayest friend, and I love you, and you just never took me to a gay bar. I didn't have problems with that. Anyway, if you get this message and you get the time tomorrow, don't call too early, but don't call too late. I love you. Bye. Okay. Make it move. Because I'm really excited. I'm like a child.
Yeah.
Happy.
It's always interesting being a gay person because it's like, am I gonna like this motherfucker?
I
Is he
think
gonna
you
like
all
me?
would get along.
We always be very weird at first.
Cause
So
yeah, okay, well, y'all can keep y'all weird gay stuff over there because I guess that's like you know how people. It's not really a mating call. It's just like you all sniffing each other out, like
that's what it
uh,
is. It's like dogs sniffing
right.
butts real quick. Let's see. Am I fucking
Yo,
with
could you imagine if we had to sniff each other's butts just to get to know each other, be it gay
for
or
for
straight?
for gay people? Yes, I could imagine that.
Like you'd be like, "Hi, how are you?" But no, but he's an awesome.
He sounds like an amazing person. The
No,
way you
he
talk
he
about
really he like I love, and he has a drive.
him.
Like his drive is so fucking crazy,
Hmm.
and he's just a good person. And his mother, the epitome.
Oh, I'm
Like
so glad you said that because I gotta get something for my mom.
yeah, his mother's like the epitome of a lady, and
That
she's just very classy, and she's so pretty, and you know, just
my
for her
my mom and
age.
my dad are actually coming to Chicago on the 18th, I think.
What they here for?
So what my family's having a family reunion, and they're
What?
coming there for that. Yeah, and
Here
so
in
I'm
Chicago?
yeah,
What?
I have
Oh,
family
shit.
there. I have family there.
Oh wow.
We never visit them because we don't know them like that. But yeah,
Well, just remember you have my home number. If anything ever pops off with your parents and they need any sort of help, let me know. Let me tell you a story.
I will.
So one of my sub sisters who follows my channel, she came to Chicago, right?
Hmm.
I'm not gonna tell you what city, what
Real
state
quick,
or
before you
city.
even do this, you know I only talk about this on your channel
What?
about my job. Like I don't talk about this on my channel at all.
Oh, I respect that. I respect that.
I just don't want people to like you know how YouTube
Well,
is.
they don't know who you fly for, and
Yeah,
it's none of their business. He coming here to kick it with me, and just wish us a good time, and we will be going live. That's all I'm saying about that.
yeah.
Why they flying so fast down the street? So anyway, the lady, she came to Chicago because she used to live here a long time ago because she's like a real live businesswoman, and
Hmm.
she got into a wrong cab, and they wouldn't let her out. Yes,
Why would
and
they
when
not let her
she
out?
he was on some bullshit because he was like a gypsy cab and she didn't know. And
Oh
when he
no.
finally, because she told him, I'm gonna call the police on you. And when he finally let her out of the cab, he
Hmm.
was cursing at her and calling out her name. She took a picture of the license plate and she called me because she was after she got checked into her hotel room. She was shook. And me and her were on the
You
phone
see
and
how
she was
my nose just flared up? This is how you know I'll be offended.
yeah.
And I just
And he
realized
was
I just did it again. My mom
you know,
also did this.
and he was, he called out her name and she had her daughter with her. And her
Hmm.
daughter just graduated from high school
Hmm.
this like a month ago.
Hmm.
And she called and she was like really shook. And my husband was like, "What's wrong, Roxanne?" I was like, "Here, I just gave him the house phone." And they were talking on the phone. And he was like, "Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Did you take a picture? And you got okay, great. Send it to Rox." Why did they catch this nigga the next fucking day? Like that's one thing about my husband, and
Wait,
I
but called
love
him like
they caught the
what
cab
happened?
driver because he wouldn't let her out the cab,
Did they
and
arrest him?
he got arrested because he does not have the correct um he had driver's license, but he was driving
But not
like
for to
a
drive a cab.
cab. No, he was driving a cab, but he wasn't the licensed driver, and he didn't have that silver emblem that be on yellow cabs.
Right. Because
So he was
that's what I
so
was
he was
asking about.
basically a gypsy, and then he didn't want to let her out the car, her and her daughter. My husband got him. My son got hit by a car 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, a month or something.
Mm,
They caught that motherfucker. They pulled
wow,
up the cameras and everything. Like,
that's crazy.
right. My son was like a hit and run. Like he was supposed to be home Sunday.
Mm,
He didn't come home and I was pissed. I was just like, I'm gonna put him out. I had no idea my child was literally 2 blocks, like literally that way,
mm-hmm.
in the emergency room with a concussion, unconscious.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I am too. I hated hearing it, but he's alive, and I thank God for that. But the person who hit my son was caught.
That I'm glad
That's
that they caught the
one
person.
thing about Chicago. It's full of cameras.
Yeah.
Ever since
Okay, I didn't know that.
ever since that not good day, 23 years ago, that started with a 9 and ended with 11. Like Chicago is heavy, heavy inundated with cameras. So, but that like fucked my whole understanding up, because I'm, thinking that my son just blew me off, you
Hmm.
know, and I was upset, not even knowing that my child had been hit by a car. I was just like, bro. And then I had to tell him, hold on. I was just like, I'm gonna need you to
Oh, I could do
have,
that.
have something in your um wallet. Hold on. Where's Uncle? Where's Uncle? Nothing. I told him I'm gonna need him to have something in his wallet that has, hold on, where are you going? Oh, have something in your wallet that has an emergency contact on it because they
Do
would
you
have
have? Do you have
called.
their local? Y'all have iPhones?
No, me and my baby boy have Androids. My husband, my oldest, and baby girl have iPhones.
So can you? You can't do the location.
Well, we're gonna start doing it. He's
Can you do?
35
Can
years
you
old.
do it from an Android?
Hmm?
Can you do it from an Android?
I think they got some sort of app that we can do like a share a location, but I don't think my husband and my oldest child ever set up a share my location thing. He's 35 years old. Not that we don't need to know, but after that incident, it's like, I think I'm gonna just put a index card in his motherfucking wallet. Mom, Roxanne, phone numbers, and
Y'all need
call
to
me
get
because
y'all need to get iPhones if y'all don't have that
I don't
because
want an iPhone. And please don't try to convert me.
do you know why? Do you know why I'm saying it?
Why? Why,
Because
Dad?
you have the locations. They have air tags, they have everything to like make sure that everybody
They
is.
have that I can use a air tag. Samsung has AirTag. Now, damn it, I got a good
You do
Samsung
what?
phone. I got a good
You said
Samsung
you do
phone.
what?
My phone opened up into a whole tiny TV.
But that's what I was asking. So you can actually do the location if they have an air tag
All we
iPhone.
would have to do would be able to share an app, and I could be able to see it. But he just does him like my husband knows where our baby girl is at all times. My
And he has
son,
an Android, he has an iPhone.
yes, they have iPhones. Me and my baby boy have Androids.
So I'm saying if y'all have an Android and an iPhone, can y'all do the same thing?
Yeah, it's just about downloading the app. One of those location appy things,
Mm.
you know. But what I mean, there I'm
I
gonna
know my
tell
mom
my
all the times whenever is that because we have our iPhones. My mom has my
well,
location.
I'm gonna tell my oldest son to Alex, Alex, Alexander. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna have him share his location with my husband. Reason being is because I am not law enforcement. I only play law enforcement on TV. So it doesn't, my husband is the one that needs to know because he the one that can set it off on your lip, y'all. He the one who can get your shit taken care of. You know, I just, you know, as long as
Even my homegirls from
he
work,
knows.
like we share our locations with each other because we're
And
flying.
my daughter and her friends share all their locations. But I'm the type of person like I could just be running to the store or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. I might be talking to Princess or I might be talking to Val. So someone knows where I'm going. And I definitely done told my husband, yo, I'm running to Whole Food, I'm running to PetSmart. So someone always knows. But I'm also a creature of habit when it comes to driving certain places. I drive the same way certain places that I go. So if anything ever pop off, motherfucker, I hope you can find me. But you know, I it's not me that I be worried about, and I don't go too many places where I feel like anything too crazy gonna pop off. And I'm a concealed carry person. I'm a FOID card owner. I am very heavily armored when I go out the house. Princes know how I get down. I don't carry those big
But it's
ass
still about
bags
somebody
or
knowing where
nothing.
you're at, though.
Huh?
It's still about somebody knowing where you're
Well, I'm gonna discuss that with them. Um,
at.
you know, and let them see if my husband, if we can do a shared location. Well, you know what? I don't have to do it with him. You know why? Because my location on my phone, the little location thing is always on. And he's the one who pays the bills. So he can go to Verizon and find out quick, fast, in a hurry. So he can, I mean, this nigga a cop. He can find it. He can find me, but it's my oldest son. I'm not even worried about baby girl, any of my other kids. It's him. It's the 35-year-old. It's he goes where he wants to go. He's my oldest child, and I can only have so much of a reign on his goings and comings. I can only control what you do in my house. But as long as he has his, which he didn't have his wallet that day, you know, then someone could have got in touch with me. But I'm kind of, sort of, and I know it's gonna sound fucked up. I'm kind of, sort of happy that he just, I text him and I was just like, I'm really upset with you. Ooh, I needed your help moving whatever we were moving that day.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't get back to me. But when he called me, I was just like, oh, okay. And then he said I was hit by a car. I've been in the hospital all night. I'm just like, what? And he was literally up the street, like walking distance. If it was winter time and these trees in front of my house didn't have a canopy of leaves over them, I could see the emergency room. You know, um,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, "You got what?" And I was just And he got home. He was fucked. My baby was fucked up. And I was sad because I was sad because I was sad because I was mad at him because I thought he was like, Mom, fuck you, but that wasn't the case. And, the thing that I have decided in my life to do is not just overreact because I can't overreact when it comes to my kids and shit can happen where, potentially one of my children won't be here anymore. So I'm trying to slow down on overreacting because I can't spaz on my kids or about them. But I'm just happy that he didn't get nothing broken. He didn't lose no limbs. He alive. Um, me and him have to come up with a better system. So his mama, shut the fuck up, cat. So his
But even if
mama
you
could
don't get
know.
an iPhone, like get a like a
But I don't here,
iPhone,
Alex.
so
Here.
you have something where you're able to
No,
do
but I
that.
don't like iPhones. They're very hard to understand. And right now, like seriously, Deb, I feel like you're trying to convert me. Like I feel like people with iPhones are part of some sort of weird cult. And whenever you tell a person, that you don't have an iPhone and they have an iPhone, they always be like, come into the light, come into the light. You know, you are always like my mom and my sisters dog me so bad for not having an iPhone. My sisters never like, well, that wouldn't happen if you had an iPhone. And my mom be saying that shit too. And you know, you all aren't better than me. And that's how I'm taking it.
I'm not saying it that way. I'm saying it
But
because
that's how a lot of you people come across.
I'm saying it because it's easy for you to track what's happening. Like
Alex, I want
because
you hold on, Dad. We are gonna put on my phone and yours an app that you and I can share because I want to know your location.
that's cool.
I'm not gonna
I'm
pop
down.
up on you.
Listen,
Okay,
when
you
I
cool
went
with
through my
that? No,
training,
he said he's cool with that. We can find an app where we can know each other's location. Because, like what if I'm off in a ditch somewhere? Don't ash over there, bro. Ash right here.
when I went through my training, I realized like I have friends who like really be caring about me. I didn't realize that it meant that much to them, but they're like, nah, we're flying. Like, where you at? I want to know where you at. What's happening with you? Stuff like that. And so I'm like, I really don't share my location with people like that. My mom has it. My best friend has it. And my little brother, well, he's not my real little brother, but I call my little brother like he has it. But he
Right,
also gave it to me, his. So like
right.
I started doing it because of him.
Well, because people be wanting to know, like, where
But
you
no, he
are.
told me my little brother was the person who made me first want to do it because he was like, I'm here by myself in Atlanta. If something happens to me, like you're my first point of contact.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, cool. He gave me his mom's number, everything. So I know where he's at all times. He doesn't. So when I left the school, because he's my little brother from work from the school.
Okay.
When when I left the school, he was like, don't turn the location off. So now he just moved to Washington, not DC, but the state of Washington.
Oh, it's so beautiful up there. I
Yes.
lived there
So he was
before.
like, "Don't take my location off." He was like, "I want you to know where I'm at whenever I'm at, wherever I'm at."
Right, because the one thing about up there, have you ever been to Washington State?
No, I want to go. I'm going to
Yo,
go.
it is like Seattle, Portland. It is so beautiful.
So
But the one thing
I
it
want to go.
is, it's a lot of trees, man. It's like forest and shit,
Mhm.
and like you be seeing like it's in the summertime it's just green, and like that be some serial killer shit. My mind fucked up, bro.
Mhm.
I like place like him living up there, yeah, because it can be seedy up there, and they have like a lot of melanatedly challenged supremacist people up there. So people just, yeah, I can understand that.
But he knows I want to go because I want to go whale watching.
You know what's crazy that you even said that? Oh my God, you just making me reminisce. Um, when I lived up there, I had an apartment
Mhm.
on Puget Sound,
Mhm.
and I used to see like marine life, swimming past like dolphins and shit. Because they would be going like I guess from one place to someplace warmer.
Mhm.
Um, there were mountains, and I really enjoy living there. But it was what the fuck was that? Did y'all hear that? Was that your cabinet
That
or
was
the
my
door? Oh, okay.
yeah.
Because I'm looking around because we be having bats over here. We be having bats. I'm like, what the fuck? I had to
That was
look
my door.
around. But it's beautiful up there. And you know what? They have a really great scene. They have a really great jazz music scene up there. It's really
Mm.
really nice.
Yeah, I can't wait to go because like he got a really good job. And so when I got my new job, he was like, I'm leaving too. And so he got this new job. When I tell you, like, they set him up so great. When I tell you, like, we did our thing when we left that school.
I'm
And
so happy. I'm so
I
happy for you.
love that both of me and him because our we were the best duo at that school.
Those kids loved you, and
Yeah.
you worked miracles, and you made those kids feel good. You were positive reinforcement. And everyone,
But it
like I
was it
told,
was it
like I
was it,
told Princess,
it, yeah.
everyone don't have that gift.
But it was me and him
That's
doing
a
it
gift,
together.
and y'all did it together. And like I
Yeah,
said, everyone does not have that gift to deal with other people's children.
yeah.
Like I could never be a teacher, a guidance counselor, a principal. I couldn't even be a custodian in elementary or high school because I'd be done beat somebody's kid up. Like I can't do it. I like my children, my friends' children, and I don't like anyone else's children. That's it. Because to me, like these kids just be bad, and I ain't got time. I don't like no badass kids. And I'm
And I
in Chicago, and I see some badass kids.
think the most amazing thing that happened through that though,
What?
the number one thing was that I met him.
And that's the beautiful thing. Now
The
he's
number
doing something great, and you're doing something great.
right. Number two was our parents knew how the parents that we worked with knew how great we were. And so what our recommendations were, when I tell you all of our kids who were high, who didn't but shouldn't be there, they all left this year.
Wow.
They want to schools where their kids gonna be able to learn and on their level.
And that's an awesome thing because
Those parents trusted us.
you're flying high.
Hmm.
He's in Washington State. Hold on, let me get a brush. I gotta brush my hair.
But those parents trusted us. And so that was the greatest part was that they trusted us in the future of their children.
Okay.
Wait,
And
did
that
you hear
that means a lot that a
you what I
parent
said?
trusts you. No, because I laid my phone down. I had to go in my room and get my handy dandy brush.
Okay. No, what I said was those parents trusted us with their children.
Right.
What we said, they roll with that.
And a lot of parents don't. That
Mm-mm.
means you had cooperation. You had, good parent teacher relationships.
Yep.
And a lot of places, you know, it's especially like here in Chicago
Hmm.
and knowing the things that Princess has gone through with the children and the parents being incomplete
Hmm.
and not um just not being a part of what the teachers are trying to do and blaming the teachers, you know. And I've always been one of those parents that if my kids, you know, and I hate calling my kids kids because kids are goats. Um,
But you
but
know what? I love people say that because you know what? I come on, kid, my baby go.
oh,
They love it. They think it's funny.
but
Because
I feel like a lot
it's
of parents don't take um they want to like get mad at the teachers, like, you know, what the fuck do you all supposed to do? Because Princess, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, she dealt with a lot. And when you come to Chicago, and we can just take you to where she teaches in
mm-hmm,
reference to where I live,
mm-hmm.
two completely different dynamics. And that's one thing about Chicago. They let you know the dynamic that you live in. And
But the parent,
sometimes certain
one thing I don't,
parents don't,
one thing I don't
they're
like is
not very receptive, you know, when it comes to teachers, because I be feeling like they feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, to me, that they feel like, oh, you think you better than me because you got an education and woo, woo, woo. And that don't be the case. You know, me being the type of motherfucker that I am, I'm not gonna fuck with your kid. I don't care. I don't care enough to care. But then
if
there
you
are
was fucking
people
with
like
the kid,
you and
you was
Princess and your friend who really care about helping, you know, and to me, helping starts at home. If the parents ain't doing what the fuck they need to do at home, and then they bring these kids to y'all, and you know, it's like they use. I feel like motherfuckers nowadays don't even understand that school is school. People, to me, they use school as
a baby.
babysitting,
Yep.
so you can, you know, lay up, smoke your weed, or do whatever the fuck you got to do. It's the motherfuckers who don't do shit for me who got the most to say
But
to the teachers.
we didn't have those problems because what we did,
Wow.
the parents was like, "Damn, I know my kid could do," or "I this is amazing because my kid wasn't doing."
Well, see,
We
you had
it, it, it-
appreciative parents. Princess did not have that.
we
She
went
really didn't.
over and beyond for a lot, and we did it on purpose.
Well, because
By the time we
maybe the
got done with
parents
our
where you
kids that
were
year,
understood the concept of it takes a village to raise a child.
and
Here in
sometimes the
certain
parents
areas,
so they get
you
abused.
know, they'll call the whole family up to the school to fight you.
But
Because
sometimes
this
the
kid
parents are
might
very
have like damn near bit off another kid's ear or some shit. And they're just like, not my baby. Not no bitch, your baby. So seriously, my hat's off to anyone who works in the education field, who is who is has worked in the education field, because I couldn't do. I can't. And I'm a very caring person. But I don't want to fight every day.
I'm gonna
As
say this.
long as my children have their education, and I got two grandbabies now, as long as they get theirs, they ain't even 1 years old yet. I don't care.
But hear what I'm saying though. When them parents realize that we really care, it changed everything.
And
Them
that's a
parents,
beautiful thing because
them
Princess
parents
is a
was on.
person who really has cared and has gone the extra mile, has done things, you know, for these kids that she done sent notes out, and they still, the parents, she told me about one parent who was upset because she didn't know the kids were graduating.
A lot of them don't be knowing.
That's
'Cause
weird.
they're not involved, but like that
I
also
don't
depends.
understand that.
That also depends on how you work with them parents. And yes, a lot of it should be on them, but also We just went out of the way to make sure that the parents were involved.
But I
Look,
feel like maybe down there, I feel like the parents were like, okay, yeah, you know, they'll do that. Up
no,
here, sometimes it's like pulling motherfucking teeth.
Roxy, the kids,
One of
the
my good
parents,
girlfriends, she a principal, and
Roxy,
she
Roxy,
was
Roxy.
like,
No,
"These people are
no,
crazy."
no, no, no. They didn't care. They did not care until we started caring. When I tell you the shit that me and him did together as a team was some shit that no one in the building did. We were like a team. We're like, listen, I'm taking these boys, they'll get haircuts. We were a team where your child is not going to fail when they're in our classroom. I'm a para. So like I'm not even a damn teacher in the classroom. But
Right.
because me and him were a team, we were doing stuff that that literally like we didn't get paid to do. We were doing other extra stuff because our kids in our room were literally picking up our personalities. So we was like, okay, got it. So now that they have our personalities, let's work with this. Like we did stuff that other teachers won't do. And shit, all the teachers have to do that? No. But the reality was when we did it, it gave us results.
It was an impact.
Yeah. Like when I say if you could have just sat in a classroom with us together, because we were just so shady. We were like our classroom was like, don't come in here if you don't know how the atmosphere is like. And the kids are just as bad as we are. But when the parents came in, when the principals came in, they were like, "Oh, we can't fuck with Martin and Lay's room. We can't do nothing because they've created an atmosphere where like it's like we can't do nothing with this. It's Lay and Martin's room."
Okay. I just had a
And
little
I
brain.
created,
I had
I,
a little
I created,
brainstorm.
I created a whole bank for them. They were paying rent. They were paying utilities. They were paying for stuff, and then I also created an entire store for them. So does they put a list of things they wanted. I wanted to Amazon out of my own money, and I bought a whole list of shit that they wanted, and they worked for that stuff. Nobody else was doing that, but you know what they learned
Because you
so
taught
much?
them. You
I
taught them reward system. You
I,
know,
I taught not even a reward system,
no,
but
I
what
mean,
it's like to
in
have a
essence,
paycheck.
it kind of is.
But it's not even it's like when you know when you go to work and you buy what you want to buy because you work for that shit.
Right.
Taught them like you know if you work
The
for it, you can buy.
reward is that you can buy what you want to buy
Yeah,
because you worked for it.
yep.
You
And
know,
they were
you
excited about
instill
paying their
something
bill.
in them, but also with you having the career choice that you have now, you know, just an idea. This is something that you could cultivate with your company.
I already did that.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
know?
You already on it. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm
So the
quiet.
thing is so
You
you know
already know what I'm saying. You ready to say, right?
so yeah so I created an Instagram for just my grade level,
Okay.
and so I changed my name from Mr. Lay to Mr. Lay the FA.
Okay.
So now my kids get to see me travel around the world.
Okay.
They're like, they put in requests. Can you go here? Can you go here? Can you go here? Before I
Okay.
went to that school, all I knew was Atlanta.
Oh.
Could you imagine not knowing outside of the world there was nothing besides where you live at?
It happens. And it happens like
But these kids know that there's
there are
Af-
people in
there's
Chicago
Tokyo.
who've never been downtown Chicago.
Yeah, like it's that was insane to me. I'm like, when I was a kid, I traveled around the world with my family.
Right.
And y'all going to Florida for vacations all the time. No, there's
Right.
more Florida and Atlanta. There is Tokyo, there's Hawaii, there is London, there is Chicago, there is New
France,
York. There's so many
Italy.
places you can go.
But see that,
But they didn't know that.
but see, this is what I was getting ready to say.
Hmm.
With the career path that you're on,
Mhm.
If you talk to the right people with your company, they could do a sponsorship of five or start small, 5 kids that if you keep this grade point average from the rest, from this point through elementary school through high school,
Mhm.
when you graduate, you are successfully um, entered into a college. This is what you get. They can pick somewhere to go, the student, and of course, a parent, providing if they're under 18, one child, one parent, and they can go somewhere in the world, and the airline will fund it, and not only fund the airfare, they will fund the hotel accommodations because they have those resources, and that will give, especially a young black child, an opening to the world. Because, like you said, it's kids who have not left Atlanta. There are
Mhm.
children in Chicago who haven't been downtown Chicago. When I moved in the old place where me and my husband first bought this house, there were kids who had never been to the water tower. I grew up going to the water tower, and you will see it when you come here. But to me, with your background and education, and now the career path that you're on, you know how to set up something. You know how to talk to people. Be like, hey, this is the school I work for. You got a group of kids, just 5, that you want to follow from the rest of their schooling, the elementary school through high school.
Mhm.
That might make them set their goals higher because maybe one of those kids are into anime. They just watch it, but don't you want to go see it?
All my kids are into anime.
You know,
Well, let me tell
what
you how
if
many
what
more
what if
steps.
the top
Let me tell you how many
5?
more steps I am before this.
Okay,
Before the school is even invested in this, I'm already working on my own personal scholarship, and I want to once they go to summer break. I want to. My goal is to create a scholarship for them to travel somewhere with their parents that they've never been before.
exactly.
And like I've been looking at different companies. I've been talking to lots of people. I'm even looking at my job now because I want to make sure these kids understand that like Atlanta's just not the end of the world. Like there's more.
It's not.
And I'm getting really close to a scholarship for this.
And I will be praying and just sending positive energy and good vibrations to that. And I want us to have more of this conversation um offline because I can probably connect you with some people because I don't do that. And someone's like, "Oh, you need to do that." I
Hmm.
don't feel like it. Right now I'm dealing with something else. And I
Hmm.
can only deal with my one something else thing at a time. Once God, which I know He's gonna do, is gonna bless me, I can move forward with some other things. But right now, I'm concerned about me and my family
Hmm.
first. But you right now are in a position of they'll do that.
I'm
And one
actually
of the
I'm
reasons
actually
why
working with
is
somebody
because
from Delta
you
too.
are you are with a $1 billion company. And what you are asking for or what you are proposed to them,
Hmm.
seriously, is peanuts. This is
I,
this
I,
is
I,
what
I want to say pennies, but yes,
right.
I.
This is what they have that they can do something for 5 students and one parent apiece and hotel on their black card. And
Even
guess
if
what?
for
At the end of the month,
if
when
it's
they
if
get
it's for
that
a
billing
day.
statement, when they get that
Hmm.
billing statement from American Express, guess what they can do? They can pay it all off at once because that's the only way you can get a black card is if you can pay it all off at once. You have a destiny and God already put you up in the sky. Let these black kids see that there's more
Absolutely.
than where they are. And sometimes when you show a child more, they dream bigger. They want more
That's
because
my
now
own.
they have something to aspire for.
That's my only goal. Is I want them to see bigger and better. I want them to know there's more to life than just Atlanta.
Yeah.
I I have kids who are like they're going to be able to build this community and life bigger. They just don't know any better. They just think there's Florida and Atlanta because their families from
They're
Florida
so close to
and
each
live in Atlanta,
other and right.
and
But
that's as much
this
as they
is why
know.
God has put you in the position
But when I tell you that
that
God,
He's put you in.
well, let me say something. God came with the right parents, and these parents. When I tell you, when I create this avenue for them, I know my kids that I want to take these trips the first time.
And then guess what? It will be successful,
Mm-hmm.
and there will be another group, and there will be another group. And then guess what happens? Someone else sees, another company sees. Now they want to do it.
Yep.
And you can open up a world for kids who might not have ever left Atlanta. And you don't have to stop at Atlanta. You can
I want to go
choose
to others. Yep. You're
right
right.
other states.
Mhm.
And it's a whole new world. You're opening something up because there's nothing like a young mind. One thing can happen in a young person's life and it can be indelibly etched forever.
Mhm.
Let it be something good
Yep.
so they can have something to aspire to. And this whole conversation is so crazy because one of my good girlfriends is thinking about getting her master's.
Mhm.
And I was just like, I think that's beautiful.
Mhm.
And she told me this, a few weeks back. But
Mhm.
I was laying in bed and I was like, something hit me. And I finally told her today, I was like, beware of people who say, why are you doing that, girl? You almost 60 years old. Woo woo woo. These are dream diminishers.
Mhm.
And right now, it's so many young people who
But also, you don't need
need
your
to see
master.
something because it's old people
You don't need
diminishing
your
old
master to do
people
all the
dreams.
stuff you're trying to do either, though.
I'm sorry,
What is,
what'd you say, baby?
you don't need your master to do a lot of things you're trying to do in 2025.
No, but she wants it. This is something she wants.
Got you.
And
But I'm just saying, like,
I
I
want her to
people
get it.
realize that, like, when it comes to degrees, a lot of
Because
times,
there's something that she wants to do and there is a calling on her.
yeah,
And she needs that to do what
yeah,
she needs to do because she has an air
hmm,
about herself that she can make shit happen for other people. She's the type of woman who could inspire the mother to go get her GED. She's the type of woman, okay, now
I
you got your GED, go
love
get
that.
in the community college.
I love,
Okay, you did that, do this. She's a pusher.
hmm,
And she's a pusher in a not a nasty way.
hmm,
She's relatable. And that's the thing about you. You're relatable.
hmm,
You can show these children something and their parents that they never seen that maybe that will inspire the parents to even want to do more because they've seen more.
yeah,
You have been put in a unique position with your previous position to
hmm,
open the world up for young black children.
yeah.
And I
And
applaud you
I don't
and
take
I'm
it,
proud of you. And you got this.
I don't take it lightly.
And you shouldn't. No leader should take anything lightly when you are guiding young people through the world.
Yeah,
You know, God put you in one position, and now He has you in another. So
Mm-hmm.
now that one position that you were in before, you have to open the door and bring that into this your new world.
Mm-hmm. People, they always ask me all the time because I'd be like, "Yeah, my kids." They're like, "How many kids you got?" I said, "I got like 30 kids," and they think I'm talking about my own personal kids. No, I'm talking about my mom
No,
from the school. Those are my
well,
kids.
you've been a godsend to those children,
Hmm.
and it's a good thing that the children's parents are receptive. And
Hmm.
I really want with you, excuse me, doing the career path that you're on, open the sky up to them because
I'm
there's
I'm
no
definitely
limit to the
that.
sky, and I think you are the person to do it.
I'm
Your
definitely.
your friend that you were working with, you
Hmm.
know, you all can do this together because
We've
I'm a
we
black woman and black
we're
children need to
so we're
see.
working on something collaborative right now.
Okay, if
For
you
our
need any help, please let me know because I'm all here for anything that's gonna make a child open up their mind.
so
I
one
don't like
one
minded ass shit.
me either. One thing that I learned, like when I was growing up, like I went through this program. I had a program called Brother to Brother, Sister to Sister. We
Okay.
were on college tours.
Hmm.
I don't see that with any programs now, and I hate that because
You
like it
don't think what, baby?
do lots of things in life that I would have never experienced had I not been through those programs. It,
Exactly.
and I'm like, what if it was a program opening up kids to like different perspectives of life of like, hey, these are the type of jobs you could have. We used to have like those programs where you can go to like the career jobs, whatever, stuff like that. But like they don't have that anymore. And to me, I feel like they're losing out on opportunities because college is not for everybody.
No.
You do have a trade in you or something, but also, baby, you gotta know how to read though. So
Yeah.
while we're not creating a program for these babies to read better or read more, my entire time I spent at the school I worked at, I dedicated that to my children reading. I had a boy literally who could not read or write. I got him in third grade, the beginning of the year. By the end of that year, that boy could read and could write. That's how
God
magical
bless.
that I was. And I like the people that have all them damn degrees couldn't even do that, but I did that.
But
So,
you have a gift.
and I say that to say it's not always about having that college degree. It's about having a passion and a gift to understand, like, hey, you know what? I went through struggles reading and writing and growing up, so I don't want to watch another kid go through this. Mind you, this boy been through surgery after surgery after surgery after surgery. His mother has had her own things. She trusts me more than she trusts anybody. But you know what I did? I came in when I first met his mom. She cussed me the fuck out real bad, and I'm like, okay, I don't understand why you cussing me out, but I realized her son didn't get what he was supposed to be getting throughout the years. But guess what? I'm here now. Got you. I understand the assignment. And when I went that assignment knowing what I was supposed to do. God was like, that boy didn't know how to read and write. And when I tell you, that boy read everything. I mean, from the placards on the walls to the books he had to read to the words that I was teaching him. Like he could read everything. But I went in knowing I had an assignment.
And guess what? You still have
And
assignments.
and guess what? Now after I left, there's other people working with him. She calls me. She says, "Can I trust this person?" His mom called me that. I
Okay,
said,
yeah.
I said, "Yeah,
That means mama trusts you and she
mom
trusts
trust
your judgment
absolutely."
because she's seen what you made happen with her child.
Hmm?
But
Said, "I don't care how old he get. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna find out how you feel before I let my son work with anybody." She said, "Because you're the only person who ever gave a fuck about him."
And sweetie, when you are a parent and you don't like nobody and you would curse people out about your children, when when you find someone or someone intersects into your children's lives or your child's life
Hmm.
and they are positive
Hmm.
and the parent says, well, what do you think? Can I? Should I? That's major. That's major.
I re-
And right now, where you are, you need to pick 5 of your babies.
I already got five already in my mind.
And we're going to talk off of here
Mm.
because this can be done and it can open up so much for these children where they can, like, one thing could change a child's life.
Mm.
Just going somewhere, like a child could go somewhere and see a building and be like, I want to be an architect.
Yeah.
Or a child could go to a hospital to visit and be
Even
like, I want
knowing
to do
what an
this.
architect
I
is,
think I think I think that is it. That is
but
that is
even
your
knowing what an
calling.
architect is an amazing thing.
Oh yeah,
They,
that's measurements and math, and that's something I can never do. I could be
it's like,
like,
oh,
knock that wall down,
what I need
but
to
I don't
learn.
know it's a load bearing wall. I'm really proud of you, Deb. Like dead ass. I'm proud of you. Um,
Like
I
I
know
say,
your
like
passion for
even though I
children,
left that school,
education, and opening up the world. And that's what I want to see happen. And I
and
will pray that whatever
I'm a whole
endeavors
black
you
man.
have are gonna come forth.
I'm a whole black man out here who has taught
Yes,
my boys.
yes.
When I tell you my relationship with my little black boys mean everything in the world to them, it means even more to me. And so because of that, like they don't call me Mr. Delay. They call me dad a lot of times. I'm like, no, you got dads at home. But like, no,
But some of them might not.
a lot of them do. But they are
But
not
maybe daddy lacking at home.
as a as a teacher, I can, you know how that works.
Right.
But what I can do is encourage dad at home to say, hey, your son does like this, or your son can do this, or your daughter the same. Because I have little girls do the same thing. But I'm like, I'm responsible with my responsibilities that I got from that job. And even though I don't work there no more, I still work there.
I know that's right. I know that, and
I
I'm
take,
I'm
I take
I'm
pride in
proud.
that.
I'm immensely proud of you.
I appreciate it.
Like you a dope ass nigga,
I take pride in that. I would
as
never
you should,
I would never even change what I did at that school.
as you should.
God put me there for a reason and for a season. And I hope that my season continues with my parents because I just talked to my parents literally like this week.
And it will. You you can open up doors
Hmm.
to amazing things. Not just for the children, but for the parents. Because some of these parents probably ain't went nowhere either.
Yeah, and that's true.
And you could be the gateway to change in a whole family,
Yeah.
you know.
I would love that.
And this is why you are where you are now. Grab it by the balls
Hmm.
and run with it. And
I'm
let
going.
these children see something new in life.
Hmm.
It's nothing like a closed mind.
Hmm.
You got this. And guess what? God don't put nothing on the shoulders of people who can't handle it.
Absolutely, I agree.
The people who can't handle it are the people who look like fish out of water.
I
The
agree.
people who can handle it are the ones that keep thriving. You are thriving. And with your thriving, you have to reach back and you grab those children and you grab their parents and you let them see there's something else out here beyond the United States of America. You let them see this world is big, bold, and beautiful, and they are too, just like
And that's
you.
why I changed that Instagram to, the Mr. Led the FA, because a lot of them follow me on social media on that page. And so
Right.
I'm not Mr. Lay the teacher anymore, but I am the flight attendant. And y'all gonna see me fly different places. You're gonna experience different places of the world. And I want them to get excited about, like, not just being in Atlanta, but also seeing the world.
And
And
guess
God
what?
gave
If they
me,
see you do it, they'll want to do it.
they'll want to do
But
it.
the point is, with your position, you, with your company, you will be able to facilitate it. Because guess what? Melanegly challenge people get that shit done for theirs
Hmm.
for free. And those babies that you worked with need to see it too.
Hmm.
Black kids need to see the world. There is
They already
nothing,
they already
there's,
asked me to come back for career
there's
day.
nothing like travel.
Hmm. They asked me to come back for career day next year.
As you should.
And I said I would definitely come back. And now that y'all asked me to, I want to make sure I make videos and take
But
photos.
also, if you go back, see if a lady flight attendant will go with you,
Oh,
because you're you're
I
you're
already,
gonna show it as an aspect of a man,
you're like,
but the girls need to
I'm
see
already
it.
10 steps ahead of you with that,
Okay,
because I got two girls who want to come with me already.
I love it. I love it.
I
You
got a
know,
black girl and I got a white girl who's gonna come with me,
you take them both,
and they're both
have,
they both
and
want to.
have your people pay for it.
They I already talked to them. They already gonna do.
I love it.
I'm 10 steps ahead,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
and
You
then
know,
also
I
have
want those kids to see that.
then I also have this guy I've been dating. He works for Delta. He's going to come too.
Show them everything.
So they're going to see my company and his company.
Okay.
But I've been working this for since before I even got hired on. So
Well, baby, whatever endeavors you want to go forth on, just know I'm praying and supporting. I
yeah,
want everything good for you. I want
I,
everything good for those children, because I am, I'm not trying to sound funny or nothing, but I've seen a lot. I've seen so many places as a child, and
mhm,
that's because my parents were able to do it. And they
yeah,
wanted to open my sisters and I mind up to other places and see other things.
mhm.
And getting grown and being able to travel opened my mind up even more. I love
Are you
getting on.
originally from Chicago?
I was born in Illinois and I grew up for the first 4 years of my life in St. Louis. And then I
Okay,
moved to Chicago. And I've
mhm,
been here since I was 4 years old.
okay,
Not, counting the times that I lived in New York. I'm a Chicago girl.
mhm,
Stay to the lake, baby. I'm a Chicago girl. And I thank God for my father, who was able to afford to show my sisters and I things. And then, I got older and just fucked around with niggas who flew me around the world. And I like that too.
mhm.
You know,
You know,
travel,
when
travel is dope.
when I grew up, so my grandmother, I was her favorite. And people ain't going. The family would never say that, but I know I was her favorite. So
Right?
my birthday, we went to Canada every year.
Wow. Okay.
We went to Niagara Falls, and then after I got older, we went to Chicago. That's how I found MacArthur.
Oh,
Um,
it's like I told you, it's not the same
I know
MacArthur
I
as
keep
it
saying that.
was.
said that, but when I have MacArthur's,
I don't want
oh,
that to hurt your feelings.
I love MacArthur's, and I also went back for my 25th birthday because I love MacArthur's that bad. We went to the aquarium there,
I love the aquarium.
and we
Share the
went,
aquarium.
and then we also would travel to Kentucky. We went to Indianapolis. We went to California. We went to New York. We went to Buffalo. My dad's
Well,
sister
y'all was
up in Far
fun.
Rockaway. Like we traveled.
Wow. Damn, y'all
So
was out in Far Rockaway out in New York?
my dad's sisters, they worked.
Okay,
They
his
were in Queens,
sisters.
and then they
Okay,
moved to Far
okay.
Rockaway.
Boy,
Yes,
Far Rockaway, boy, like they don't even play around there.
and then
But
what's crazy is that when I graduated from high school, I went to go visit my aunt. I had long hair, and so they were like they would go to work and stuff. I'm like I'm bored, and I had long hair, and so I was like I need my hair braided. So I walked down the street, got my hair braided. They was panicking. I said I'm good.
not panicking.
But I went and got my hair braided. It would look really nice. Some Latino girl braided my hair. It looked great. And I went on my damn business. They was all panicking. I'm like, y'all live in New York. I've been around for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I experienced a lot of life.
But I was just thinking
But
it would be great for the kids to see outside the country. But like I think just for any child
hmm
to see New York in their teens and be able to walk around Times Square and
hmm
see the Statue of Liberty and see Ellis Island and go to Brooklyn, like visit all the boroughs, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, it's
do
just
you know in the
like
fifth grade, my school took me to DC?
what?
Yes, we took a whole trip. It was so funny because
In the
that's
fifth
when they first
grade?
in the fifth grade. This
My
when they first
kids
got those
went to
disposable.
there for like their eighth grade graduation.
No, we went in the fifth grade.
Shut
That's when they
up.
first got those disposable cameras, and it was so funny because um, I thought that because it was disposable camera, take the pictures and throw the shit in the trash. So I took the pictures on the camera, threw the shit in the trash, thinking magically the shit was gonna show up. My mom was
Let me
so
let my
proud.
fan hit me. Mm.
Huh?
I said, let me let my fan hit me because you threw it away.
My
No.
mom was so mad, but I was like, this it was a disposable camera. I didn't know. But yeah,
I
I
mean,
did.
when you say disposable, you think
Yeah,
throw
I mean,
away,
after you done with
dispose,
it, throw it away.
dispose. But like I haven't been to Washington in a long, long time, and I really want to get there. My youngest son and youngest daughter, they've seen the Black History Museum.
I want to go there.
I want me and my husband to go, and I want to be able to just like. I heard it's big, and it takes time to walk around. But
Mm.
I want to really go and walk around and see it. But I heard that the guy who's sitting in the White House told them to take out the Woolworth counter
Oh,
because they have an exhibit of the Woolworth counter where they did sit in. And
I haven't heard anything about that.
yeah, I heard that. And
I wouldn't be surprised though,
no, I wouldn't either, but I'm just like, for what?
because they're trying to erase all of that. So
Well, you can't erase greatness.
they're doing a good job at trying to do it, but like I mean,
But
because
we
I
have
just
to
saw
push
something
for it.
online that Rosa Parks, not Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, um, story wasn't real.
Wait, what'd you say?
They've been online saying that Harriet Tubman's story wasn't real. She was just a spy for the government, which she was a spy for the government. But but the Underground Railroad part was real. But they're trying to erase the fact that she was about the Underground Railroad part.
But okay, I hate to even say this, and I'm not gonna say who said something to me, and it was one of my clear friends. They thought the Underground Railroad was actually underground, and I was just like,
They're
at
un,
first when she
they're
said it,
underpaid.
I was just like, "Are you serious?" And then I did a breakdown. And she bitch was crying because she wanted my neighbor. She was like, "Oh my god, like that's so stupid." I was
Because
like,
they won't
"Read,
teach them about that type of history.
read,
That's the thing is
read into it." People don't
that
even know that lawn jockeys that sit in people's lawns. A lot of people look at them like they see a lawn jockey, they be like, "That's a racist ass house." No, because back during the
I never heard
Underground
about
Railroad, if
was
you seen a lawn jockey in front of someone's house
what's
with
a
the
lawn
lantern held up, that meant that was a safe place for runaway
wait
slaves to
Roxy,
hide
Roxy,
till they
rewind,
could get to freedom.
rewind. What's a lawn jockey? I never
A
heard of
lawn jockey, oh my God, a lawn jockey is a figurine
it. Mm-hmm.
that sits in front of the house. It looks like it rides a horse. You know what a jockey looks like who rides a horse?
Yeah.
He has on like a horse type of outfit that he ride a horse. Um, he was in the South. He was normally black,
Mm-hmm.
and they would have him posted. It's like a statue, and they
Mm-hmm.
would have him posted in the front yard,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a lantern
Mm-hmm.
in his little hand. If
Mm-hmm.
the lantern was lit, that meant it was safe for escaped slaves to come stay at that particular white person's house. If
Really?
the
Okay.
flame was not on in the little lantern that the jockey was holding,
Mm-hmm.
that meant you need to go someplace else. So a
Never
lot of people
for it.
don't know the significance of a lawn jockey because people look at it, like, a lot of melanated people in the South might have them, but do they know the significance
Probably
of the
not.
lantern being on or off? Because back in those olden days, they put a little kerosene in the little thing and he'd be standing on the lawn
Mm-hmm.
holding it up, like
I wonder what a garden gnome means then.
nothing,
Okay.
nothing. That's some later on, like in this type of century shit. But lawn
I think
jockey,
I've seen pictures of that of what you just said, but I never knew like the significance of that though.
that was the significance.
Hmm.
That let
You know
people
my
were
gra- so you know my grandma. I think I've said it before. Maybe you haven't heard it before. My grandmother's house. She has two houses in Ohio, were a part of the Underground Railroad.
okay.
She
So
has
peep this, peep this.
she has.
Kentucky,
Hmm.
Kentucky
Hmm.
was the most northern state
Hmm.
that you could cross from Kentucky to Ohio.
Hmm.
Ohio was free land.
Right.
And
My
a lot
grandmother.
of
My
slaves was
grandmother's
cut.
house are in Ohio.
Okay. So your grandmother's house was on free land.
Her house is. She has two.
Houses were
Yeah.
on free land.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people would escaping slaves
Mm-hmm.
would do you remember the movie Beloved?
I remember love it. Yes.
You remember when um Oprah's character was on that boat and she was having a baby
Mm-hmm.
and she got across when she was escaping, she was in Kentucky and she took a boat. That white girl got her across the river to
Mm-hmm.
Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky was the furthest north state that still had slavery. But if
Mm-hmm.
you can get across to Ohio, you were free.
Mm-hmm.
And, a lot of people don't understand that if you can get past Ohio, up way further north, New York,
Mm-hmm.
Canada, because that's where Harriet Tubman lived.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I will always be enamored with being a black woman
Mm-hmm.
and knowing just the history.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, Ohio is a very significant town when it comes down to slaves escaping and getting free.
Yeah,
Because there was a
my
major waterway. Because wait a minute, people could try to, paddle up the Mississippi, but you still had to go through Missouri. Missouri was
correct,
not an abolitionist state. So you
correct.
would have to make it to some place like Illinois. And certain bends in the Mississippi get you to Illinois, Iowa, and things like that. But
But they were
I'm
still
I'm I'm
they
a
were still
history
coming to get
person.
them out of Ohio too, because if they didn't have their paperwork, they would still come get them. And
Well,
I
it wasn't
that
so much that if they didn't have their paperwork, what it was if you were in Ohio and your slave owner sent bounty hunters
mhm,
out to get you, they had to honor it. But the further north you went, they would be like, nah, fuck you. You can't have them.
mhm.
So you
Well, I know
know,
that in my grandmother's house, she has like those elevators in her wall still.
wow. Those elevators in your grandmother's walls, those are called dumb waiters.
Hmm. Yep, that's what they're called.
And they would, you know, apparently your grandmother has a nice size
Hmm.
homes, and those were wealthier homes because poor people didn't have dumbwaiters. Poor people lived on one level.
Yeah.
Living on two different levels, like you have this level, maybe a bedroom down there, living room, kitchen, and then you had more bedrooms upstairs. That was like a thing, especially for African American people. That was like a thing of opulence. And the dumbwaiter was, basically if they didn't want to do a dinner in the dining room, people would take their dinner in their bedrooms, and the dumbwaiter would put on dumbwaiter, and
Well,
use
so
the rope.
from the story that was told to us was they would put them in there because when they would come up there, I think even what was the story? There was a story that we just seen where they would come and get them, but they would hide them in there, and literally some they would like kind of maneuver them back and forth from the upstairs to the downstairs because the slave owners would try to come and get them even though they were legally.
But the dumbwaiter was there to move food up and down. But they made it like in a hatch for a dumbwaiter is like only about this big and this big. It's big enough to fit a plate. So
No,
imagine
picking
these
up
people having to
what she has in
cramp
her house.
themselves in there to be moved up and down to evade capture.
Hmm.
I mean, that's what it was for.
I I she just told us stories about. She told us
What
stories
did she
about.
say?
She said that they would move them up and down because it was like not a known thing that like that was the elevator. It looked like a vent, so they would move them up and down. So like if the people were come to look for the slaves, they
They
would
would
be
put them in there.
they'll put them in there. They would pull them. It was like strings. You would pull them up there upstairs. They
Yeah, it
would
was
look
rope.
through there, and then once they went up, they would go upstairs. They would move them downstairs, and then
Right.
back downstairs. They would look back through there. They would move them back upstairs.
Now,
So like they were just maneuvering them back and forth because it wasn't. It
because they
wasn't.
had to move them around. They didn't want to be caught.
Yeah, but it's just like a regular vent though, like like in your house where your AC, it looks like one of those vents.
I know what dumb waiters look like,
Yeah,
but that just goes to show how hard people needed to persevere for their freedom.
yeah,
You know, people hiding in people's sheds, people hiding underneath people's houses. People had subfloors to
my
the
dad, my
subfloors.
dad's mom, she actually has her in her attic. She has a thing where like people can move back and forth in that.
Wow,
So like there's like you go into this closet. We used to play in there as like kids.
wow.
But you can go from one side of the house to the other side of the house inside of these vents in her closets.
Because it was that, you know, 9 times out of 10, that house was probably owned by a white person
Hmm.
originally, and they were probably abolitionists, and they were helping slaves get free. You know,
Yeah.
and they had to
Well,
find
that's what we
these
were told.
magnificent ways to hide these people, because these motherfuckers would, show up like, I want my slave back. We tracked them up here where he's not here. You can go look. And these people just in between wall brackets, like
Yeah,
standing still, false
we used to
walls.
with my
Ooh,
dad's
Lord.
mom. We used to crawl back and forth from one side of the house to the next side of the house. Think about the spirits in that. Like it's like
It
as an adult
was.
about
It was the
this.
spirits of the ancestors.
Yeah, just thinking about
It
that
wasn't anything
thought.
bad.
Yeah,
It wasn't anything bad. And as an adult, knowing what you were crawling through history.
yeah.
And ain't nothing wrong with that, because you had free people, and a lot of people don't
My
encompass
parents
that.
live in that house till this day, and
Wow.
yeah, it's so crazy because, like I said, as kids, we used to crawl back and forth from one side of the house to the next, not even really knowing like the actual history of that. And
That's
even with the
dope.
elevators in my other grandmother's house, like not knowing the history of those things, but like as an adult, knowing like you have history, like where they were hiding
You're
slaves
living in it.
at was crazy.
So that means that house is really, really, really old.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's wonderful,
Yeah.
you know, to be able
My
to
grandmother and my
know that.
grandfather purchased their houses um before my oldest aunt on my mom's side, on my mom's side. And I know that my great grandmother, she was working as like a house slave growing up. And then my grandfather went to the service and purchased the house.
So maybe, not trying to tell your family history,
Hmm.
maybe that was your great great grandmother, because your grandmother will be one of your parents' parents. She wouldn't be that old to been there. So, like, my grandfather's mother,
So I
my
knew
my grandmother,
I knew my
my
great
my mother's
great.
mother's
Hmm.
father. So my great grandfather's mother had been
Hmm.
a slave in Mississippi.
Hmm.
And when they got free, she still stayed in Mississippi. But
Hmm.
you know, um,
No, what you're saying is true because I knew my great grandmother,
mhm.
but my great grandmother, my mom knew her.
So your mother's mother. So
Yes.
that's three back.
Yes. My
So
grandmother.
if you knew your grandmother's mother,
Mhm.
then yeah,
And my great grandmother never wanted to move from the house.
wow, that's beautiful.
And so then my grandmother purchased that house and then the house next door to that.
Whew. The black story
Yeah.
of black people is like
It's a story.
it's
My
a
I know
story.
my stories are I have a great stories.
And guess what? Your great stories that you heard as a child have
Mhm.
propelled you to where you are now. And now,
I always say that's why for
oh,
me, like
hold on,
so much empathy
hold on,
and
wait,
also want to like push
wait, wait,
people.
wait, hold on. So that
Mhm.
okay, I thought it was gunshots. It's fireworks.
Oh,
I'm so
you good?
like, yeah, it's getting ready to go down.
Okay.
Um, I love history. I love family history.
Mm.
Um, I know you are a busy, busy, busy person, but I always say this on my lives. Check out William Henry Gates, Many
Mhm.
Rivers to Cross. It's a long, you got to be just somewhere chilling all day long.
Mhm.
It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful documentary by William Henry Skip Gates about just everything that's black. And when you get the time, watch a documentary called High on the Hog. It's about black food, black culture, and it's very informative. I love everything that's black.
Me too. I check it out. I do too. Because I just have a long history of like knowing a lot about my grandmother. Like my grandmother marched for gay rights before like it was a
Wait,
thing.
wait, can you give me 1 minute? Can you hold it down? I gotta pee.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Not I gotta go pee. Y'all make sure y'all are liking the video. You know, do your thing over here. Um, this was a good conversation. Like just talking about like history, y'all. Like sometimes y'all begin on these lives. Sometimes y'all hear stuff that people y'all would never even hear. I have a long history of just like my family and this from slavery and like I was just talking about like my grandmother having those houses that were a part of the Underground Railroad. Like I would love to dive into this type of conversation with people because I think that it's so important. Like we don't know, or we sometimes we don't know who we are just running across, and like a lot of us have so much greatness in us, and we don't even know because we don't even talk about us in our past and things like that. But I definitely enjoy us having this conversation today because I love sharing my family history. It's so important to me. Like to just know that my grandparents raised me in a household with like greatness. So make sure you guys are liking this video up. Um, this wasn't even planned for me and Roxy to even be on here all night like this tonight, but just how so happy and like we're having this. Y'all might have learned a lot about me today, but also just like family history stuff. Like that part to me is the most important part. Even with like me talking with my kids and stuff like that. Like this, it means a lot to me. With all the women that are in a lot of my videos, who have grandchildren, children, um, aunties, or fathers, whatever. To just like make sure your kids are really getting to experience life outside of just wherever they live at because a lot of our kids don't know anything outside of where they live at. So I'll definitely say that. I hope that this actually um, hits something for somebody.
Okay.
I'm about to jump off. I need to take my butt to bed.
And my phone's at 31%, so I'm gonna go charge up, and I will send you my number.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna just hit you so you can just have it.
Okay.
Let me know what's going on. Um, I appreciate everyone who's been here. I like good
It's been a
conversation.
good conversation.
I like stimulating conversation. And I appreciate you for coming up here. I would like to thank OG Patrice,
Oh, I
and
love
that's
OG
it. And
Patrice.
and the other six people who are here now, I hope you all will consider it and hit the like button. Hopefully, So Deb can be here, and if he can get here, yeah, the tee up is going to be wonderful. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for your support. Um, God bless you guys. God bless your families. Stay focused, stay prayerful, and that's really it. I don't have anything negative to say. Everything positive. I love you guys. Deb, I'm going to hit you so you can have all my shit. So
Okay.
if you get here, we can turn this motherfucker out. Good
I
night, you
appreciate it.
guys. God bless you all. Love you all. I'll be the same.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.